What the fuck? In the time of this entire intro, we just had, like, an entire battle happen? What the fuck? I literally, like... What the fuck? That was, like, a 3-minute match. What the fuck happened? This is a good one? I just looked at the turn count. What the fuck? Well, that'll be interesting to talk about during week 8. What the hell? I don't like what's happening in the Draft Night channel. Hey, I really don't like what's going on in here. Hey.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. No, oh, never mind. Yeah. Week 7, replay review. We're in a fortified compound. Like deep under. SMEARGLE probably can't get in, I think. I was just doing research to like make sure he's like, I don't know, like know how to deal with him if he gets in here. But right now, I mean, I think we're safe for these battles at least. For these like 8 battles of the 7 of week 7 of the Draft League of MFL 2, the second one.
Yeah, I mean, people will remember last time I put out a little threat against SMEARGLE at the end of my last stream, and it seems to have successfully scared off SMEARGLE. SMEARGLE hasn't been messing with me. I haven't checked on the team recently, but nobody sent me any, like, concerning text. I haven't gotten, like, a dog bark from Iron Bundle. I think I've been okay.
Yeah, it's probably fine. It's probably all, like, chill as fuck, so... Let's get into the replays. Traditionally, we kind of start with the E1s. I guess let's just to like let her sleep if she wants to. So, but this is a good one. We got a nice one to start off with.
That's week 8. That's week 8.
Oh shit!
Spoilers!
Oh!
Spoilers!
I'm thinking too far ahead. I'm thinking with portals right now or something. Wait.
You are.
Yeah, I'm thinking with YouTube. But it's week 7. It's WAFFLOES, and WAFFLOES is here too. So this is perfect. Let's do this one. Smiles. This one starts kind of quiet, so I want to make sure we get like we get the volume right.
Just realized, I don't know if Twitch chat has been working. Why the fuck is Twitch chat not showing up properly?
Is volume good, do you think?
I'd lower it a tad.
Okay.
Hold on, nope.
Just do a tad there. That's a tad, okay.
Do one extra tad.
One extra tad? Okay.
And then that should be good.
That's an extra tad I did. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry to Twitch.tv chat that nobody can hear you scream. I'm starting to think SMEARGLE might be interfering.
Well, let's not worry about that right now. Well, I mean, we gotta worry about it a little bit if you want to get the chat up.
I'm extremely worried about it.
Get the chat up if you need to. In the meantime,
Oh, I see what the problem is. I have the wrong chat seat. You know what, though? Chat could be there if it wants to be. No, I should move it.
Oh.
I should move it. Fuck. Which one was the damn? The goddamn? Sienna's still really quiet? Oh, fuck, I have desktop audio really low. Oh, shit, that's my bad. Well, you guys are learning some information on the screen.
Oh, WD-40 works? Oh, that's cool. I mean, WD-40 does, like, everything, right? Like...
Basically everything.
Yeah.
Okay. We're good. Chat
Okay.
is normal.
Alright. You wanna get the replay started? You good to go?
Yeah.
Alright, let's get this going. So we got
Alright,
oh, we got
a little WAFFLOES versus Eve. Arc lead into Sneasler lead, but Arc immediately evacuates. Sneasler going for a substitute. Got a U-turn
nice sub,
going in on Garchomp, so sub doesn't really
sub
do
U-turn's
much.
crazy work. But we got the
Arc Fairy, Ho-Oh, Judgment Fairy into Ho-Oh. Zapdos switches in, gets hit by a Sacred Fire, does less than half, but does get burned. Garchomp switches in, Zapdos goes for a Roost.
It's debatably good that Zapdos gets burned. I mean, it would rather be burned than toxic, that's for sure.
Very true, very true. We got a little switching shenanigans going on. Zapdos in front of Ho-Oh, and Ho-Oh is just like, I don't want to be involved in this scenario. Garchomp comes in. Does a Stone Edge. Gets it by Hurricane, though. Oh my goodness. The 70% Hurricane.
Turn where Stone Edge and Hurricane hit in the same turn.
You will never see that again.
Here's a big fat liquidation. But it gets whipped off. But like, now it's just liquidation again. He's kind of in position to just. He's kind of in position to just keep pressing buttons.
Yeah, liquidation is kind of just going crazy right now. I don't know what that recover was. I think WAFFLOES must not have seen the defense drop. Keenish barely surviving.
Yeah, but not gonna be able to take that wish. It's just liquidation, just doing so much.
Yeah, it's just like obliterating WAFFLOES' side.
Finally scared out.
Dire Claw paralyzes. What the Lumberry? Poison time! Can we just rewatch that turn?
I just want to let's really slow it. Let's actually really slow it. Let's fucking luxuriate in this. Actually, really slow is so slow. I've never clicked this before.
That's really
so let's get this.
So Garchomp switches in, gets paralyzed. Lumberry
cures para. Rough Skin,
and then Poison Touch.
After. Look at that! Look at that amount of text that was put on the screen.
That text is bigger than fucking Sneasler is, and Sneasler's a tall dude. If you've ever seen Sneasler in Legends Arceus, that's a fucking tall dude. That's like fucking Letter from Mother 3.
Yeah, and really, honestly, like. Poison, getting the poison there kind of sucks. I don't think anybody has ever thought about this interaction before, but, like, it's crazy. But, like, getting the poison sucks, but it's better than the para. So, actually, Garchomp does trade, like, for a better status, and it is now able to actually threaten out the sneeze here.
Mardine Keenish dies. Garchomp about to die. Hook toilet!
Just drops an EQ, like, and this kind of sacks itself, which is fair. Takes the Rough Skin, which is rough, for lack of a better word.
Yeah,
but now it's jet time.
It's looking real bad for WAFFLOES. This is basically an unwinnable situation. I mean, Azumarill just, like, fucked WAFFLOES shit so bad. Oh my god. Oh,
Dark comes in.
Zoomerl does switch out on Fatherfucker Fight. Gets hit by a judgment, and it's over. It's
not a 2x on Aqua Jet, brings in Arc Dark, but yeah. That was a crazy game.
You might even say that it was overtone.
Oh shit. But yeah, like, that was a crazy game. I mean, Azumarill did some fucking much work.
Yeah, that was...
Once Azumarill got in position, it was just nuts.
That is, like, the polar opposite of Eve's game from last week. That was, like, a pretty fast and pretty decisive victory.
Yeah, so let's talk about this. Let's bring Eve in here. So let's see what's up with this team. Let's zoom out. Yo.
Yeah, I'm really glad I had a chance to breathe there.
Yeah.
Like, I would not have wanted to go into like 3 fucking 100-turn games in a row.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's nice to have a breezy one.
So yeah, this team. I was a little worried about this matchup going in because like it's kind of a weird one because I wasn't really that scared for like my matchup with like Arc Fairy. I felt pretty confident in my ability to check, at least defensively. Sneasler, I had some really good checks to Sneasler. And across my Ultra, I felt like Arc Dark was gonna do enough work there. But and like, so actually, one interesting little calculation I found. So you would think Clodsire would be a problem for like this Spectria set, this Nasty Plot Hex Nasty Plot Spectria set. But actually, I found that Max Spadef Clodsire gets almost 2 KO'd by just like regular timid spell tag Hex, and
yeah.
Like, I wanted to mention this just because I thought it was really funny. Spectria didn't get to do anything this game. It didn't really have the chance to like show itself. Yeah. But like I just thought that was something worth mentioning. Spectria was a threat basically, and it was essentially if Clodsire got burned, then like or Toxic, then it would die to 2 hexes after the damage. So essentially, this team was made for a Spectria Ring. And which didn't need to happen, but that's kind of how I was built to begin with.
Yeah, you were kind of most scared of like T-Tar going into this, right? Because all the threats you weren't scared of, but like Hulk Toilet.
Yeah, Hulk Toilet was the threat here.
Yeah.
So I mean, I kind of designed most of this team, except for Spectra and Sauzels, to be things that would be able to like, at least like either take the 1v1 with Hulk Toilet, or just like at least threaten it a lot, or like revenge kill it. So this Arceus Dark, like Judgment Body Press, obviously it's like two good moves, but also I wanted to be able to press Body Press on it, just so I'd be able to fucking kill that thing. Yeah. If it felt like it could come in on a Foul Play or a Judgment, I would be able to like lure it and kill it.
Yeah.
Toxic, because it's a good move, mostly for like, this was just like a kind of standard defensive Arc Dark that I run a lot. Yeah. I was kind of a bit scared of like a Dragon Dance to Crozma, so I went like full Viz Def. Like Toxic for like Dirge for like Zapdos. I mean, Dirge was already dying. Or like Arc Fairy as well was the other one.
Yeah. Because Arc Fairy was also one of your bigger threats into this.
Yeah, like, Arc Fairy, like, I didn't think Arc Fairy was going to win offensively, but it was going to be a bit annoying as a defensive Pokemon.
Yeah, like, the fucking defense drop was huge on it.
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, I felt like I was still pressing Liquidation and fishing for defense drop in that situation, but the fact that it happened early was very nice for me.
Yeah, yeah, you have the...
This is like a pretty offensive holo. This speed is for This speed is for max speed Tita.
Yeah.
And like I was kind of predicting it would be a fast one just because I felt like it was actually quite offensively threatening into my roster.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to be safe, really. I wanted this thing to be able to revenge kill Mecha Tita without fight.
And I know, like,
because obviously it's kind of weird thinking about like, oh, this guy's 4 times weak to rock. It's here to check a rock type Pokemon, but actually, it really doesn't want to come in on Sacred Fire.
Yeah, no, it can't. Yeah. And I know, like, a big concern for you is genuinely, like, fucking Rock Blasts. Yeah, like, because you got 2 sub guys here, one of whom is weak to Rock, one of whom will just crumble to it anyways. And so Rock Blast is a fear, and we all kind of know that, like, it was a more genuine one than usual because we all have this kind of like WAFFLOES notably doesn't like Stone Edge that much.
Yeah.
So, like, it's fair to anticipate a potential Rock Blast, especially when you see just like how much of a substitute fan Eve is.
Yeah, I'm a huge substitute fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean we've kind of discussed this Spectria like nasty plot hex on a team that has like a lot of status spam. Then Draining Kiss just for like Draining Kiss just so I can get a hit on Mega Tita.
Yeah. You gotta have some.
This Chomp did a lot of work. Finally, Chomp does work for me. It was like kind of just a general defensive check for, again, Tita, sort of Zapdos as well, and Sneasler. Kind of those are the 3. But
yeah.
Lumberry was because it was partially for Diaclaw. It was partially for Skeledirge Wisp.
Yeah.
It was partially for Toxic. It was just like.
It
honestly,
made sense.
This Garchomp hates every single status move, so.
And like, man, that interaction was like nobody was ready for that. Nobody predicted that.
I mean, I was much happier to have that thing poisoned and paralyzed because it meant I could still function as like a revenge killer for, like, just get a fucking hit on Tita.
Yeah,
but then Stone Edge was for Zapdos, and like. The Zapdos Garchomp matchup is always kind of an interesting one.
Yeah. They both have to rely on low accuracy moves to hit each other. And,
Toxic.
Yeah, and neither hits like the other like that fucking hard. Like,
yeah, but I was at least happy to have the kind of like. I felt like I had a lot of advantages from spikes there.
Yeah,
again,
you pressured Zapdos out of being able to defog a lot, which is good.
Yeah, and I think the spike really did help with the Azu situation. So Azu, like, okay, this is the MVP.
The golden egg is the golden boy here. He's like this, I don't know. Like we said before, like Azu is kind of something that Eve just kind of drafted. It's just like, well, I don't have a water type. This like makes the most sense. I don't have a water type. I don't really have priority. This kind of makes the most sense. But then it's just been crazy. It's just been super good.
As it turns out, when people are prepping to like try to disable like your kind of defensive guys and try to like set up things that your defensive guys can't really deal with, it turns out having something that just hits really fucking hard is good.
Azu is like a slow. You know how there's always like stall teams with a Weavile, right? And then like they just send out the Weavile and they smack the shit out of you, right? Like Azu feels like just like a slow Weavile. It just comes out, and it doesn't matter that he's slow. He's just so threatening that he just presses buttons, and it's like dead. You're just like forced to scramble.
Yeah. The speed was for uninvested Tita.
Yeah.
It had the 4 Azu moves. I was actually kind of a bit scared when I saw like when I saw the amount of damage that like I was doing on Arc Fairy, but then kind of the fact that like I kind of made a gamble on the fact that I didn't think Arc Fairy had anything to like hit Azu that hard.
Yeah, like Thunderbolt or something.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be T-Bolt, which maybe actually could have made sense because Hello, but no, it didn't show up.
Yeah. when you say the 4 Azu moves, there actually are a few more Azu moves, but yeah, like this is pretty bog standard, right? But like
ice
spinning
specifically to hit like water absorb Code Slayer.
Yeah, you can slot in like a knockoff or a superpower or whatever else. I think there might have been a version of this that was like briefly superpower in our. I can't remember.
Yeah, I had thoughts about superpower, but I mean, I decided.
Yeah, I think the ice spinner just like it was just more important than like it's like liquidation hits T-Tar plenty fucking hard enough, and player up.
I mean, liquidation hits this whole team plenty hard enough, except Slowbro.
Salazzle didn't come out of the Pokeball.
Yeah, also didn't come out of the Pokeball. This is kind of a four. This is a 4 Pokemon game.
Yeah.
But I mean, the intent of this was to kind of, if WAFFLOES is running something a lot more defensive, just be really fucking annoying for them.
Yeah, like
it was kind of
this Claude.
Yeah, it was like getting Toxic on Claude is like kind of so huge. Toxic on Skeledirge is also nice.
Yeah.
Toxic, and also on Arc Fairy as well. This is also like it could come in on Arc Fairy Judgments if I kind of predicted them, and like kind of threatened that. As long as it was like not a fast Arc Fairy, which I kind of determined early on it wasn't. But
yeah, it didn't need to come out.
Yeah, the kind of main it was also the other reason I needed to deal with T-Tar. Because I knew T-Tar Sand would negate the Black Sludge healing, and also Rock Blast. And also Pursuit would be kind of a bit of a pain. But
yeah.
It turns out I only needed Azu.
Yeah, like final thoughts on this game. Final thoughts on any final thoughts on this game that are not Azumarill's the GOAT.
Not many. Not many, to be honest. I do think shout out to Garchomp for doing something for the first time.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Garchomp. You know what? I was gonna say Azumarill is my favorite Pokemon this match, because it would have been the obvious answer. Let's give it to Garchomp for doing the first thing he's done all league.
Also, just the funniest turn in the entire league, probably.
It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this game also safely put me into playoffs. So
yeah. So
yeah.
Nice to see. But yeah.
The Eve.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for your time. Yeah, good shit. Let's bring in that Waffle. Let's bring in that Waffle character. Bring in that Waffle user.
Wait, do you like WAFFLOES?
I like Waffle.
I mean, that's my friend.
I fucking hate that fucking egg bitch though. Fucking Azumarill is evil as shit, dude. I want you to look at this team I built. I have like 4 like fucking max defense like bold suckers on this team. It was like I was worried about like 5 other guys that weren't Azumarill while building this team. And that was like probably the one I should have been the most worried about.
Yeah. Yeah, you left holes for Azu to just press buttons for an extended period of time, which is
I guess I just thought I was fine. I forget. I don't know why I didn't bring Claude. I definitely thought about bringing Claude, but I just needed like shit for other shit. It's just tough. Maybe I shouldn't have brought Sneasler instead, but like my kind of game plan was just status this and like chip away this like battalion of like walls that Eve has on her team.
Yeah.
And, maybe go for like a dirge sweep with Hex and shit.
Yeah.
But none of that accounted for the big egg.
It's super hard to deal with like this like uber fucking like unbreakable core that can just take the game lasting forever while also like a Azumarill and Spectre are there.
It's scary. Spectre I wasn't really worried about because I had Aldino.
And like T-Tar, but like it's just it's still like it's just rough.
This is a scary. I was thinking all week about how to deal with this roster, and somehow I felt so unprepared. Like, this is a horrifying roster.
Yeah, like he's got some fucking bullshit.
I want you. Let's just look at Eve's team. I made the right call bringing Heal Bell because 3 of these Pokemon have fucking Toxic on them. So I think I made the right play there.
Yeah.
Everyone else is... Well, let's go over the sets first of all.
Yeah.
Zapdos is like pretty standard. Just Fizz Death.
You brought Discharge again, even though it failed you in the past.
Yeah, it didn't come out at all. Like, I wish the static pulled through, but you know, we can't.
Yeah.
I was definitely fishing for the static at one point. I don't know why I switched Arceus out of being in on a Zoomer though. I guess that was just, I don't know. When you see that bitch on your screen, it's like you gotta fucking run. You gotta do something.
There's a fight or flight thing, yeah.
I'm like a cornered animal. But Audine Peenish came out.
Yeah. I want to explain that for the chat. Like, there was a moment in time. I don't even remember how it started, or in my server, in our server, like Shifter Live. We were just talking about, I don't know. Everybody started talking about like, rest in peace, Diane Peenish. She was just some random. It's like, I think the name was just made up, and then we actually found somebody who did die named Diane Peenish.
I was like so scared.
Yeah, weren't you like really high, and you're just
I was on like 5 or 10 milligrams. It was nothing.
you were high enough to be scared.
I was like everyone was saying, like, talking about Diane Peenish, and then I made a joke about Diane Peenish, and I felt like that scene in The Simpsons where Homer like pours a bunch of salt at like Moe's bar, and everyone gets mad at him. I felt like I pushed it too far, and I got really scared. that Diane Peenish was like like your grandma or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all not related.
Yeah. Unrelated. Say just the same last. Oh, it's actually not the same last name. It's spelled differently. This one has an exclamation point.
Yeah. Not a censor thing. It's just spelled like that.
Yeah, it's just the spelling. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Totally makes sense here into the Spectra roster. Try to pass some wishes, like keep some longevity against the regenerator bullshit. You have your own regenerator against regenerator. Right?
I did, yeah. I didn't bring the Slurper. Probably would have helped a little bit, but
yeah,
you know, I already got like.
It's tough, yeah.
Is what it is. Hulk Toilet's back.
Yeah.
Got some funny moves on here. You got low kick for the Arceus.
Yeah.
In pursuit for the horse, of course.
You're kind of fast.
Oh yeah, big speed. I forget.
Yeah.
What specifically that was for. I think maybe some Aegislash bullshit or whatever. Maybe like... Oh wait, no, it's definitely Aegislash. Yeah, this is for Aegislash. Because I was scared of that guy. Like, again, that's just one of the other breakers I was, like, very scared of. Because it had, like, every... Like, I always do this when I'm planning. I plan for a Pokemon that has 100 different coverage moves. And then it's gonna bring all of them. It's always scary.
Yeah. That's the anxiety. Yeah, like it's hard to not like. It's hard to not fucking like let that get to you.
Very anxious week in the builder for me this week. And then Arceus, I didn't know what to fucking do. I just slapped the fucking the fucking jerk shit, you know.
Yeah.
Just Judgment Earth Power. Probably the worst possible week to bring it because this is I'm fighting the Ho-Oh player, but whoops, is what it is. Maybe like fucking if I were a genius, I had the largest brain of all time, would have brought Ancient Power, but you know.
You're gonna bring Ancient Power?
I should have brought it.
This is on art?
What Ancient? What would Ancient Power have accomplished?
It would have done.
Kill Ho-Oh, I guess.
20% to Ho-Oh, you know.
Why would you not just use Power Gem?
I'm not clicking Power Gem.
What do you mean you're not clicking Power Gem? Power Gem.
I'm putting Meteor Beam on Tyranitar. I'm a genius.
We got Sneeze. You gotta Sneeze.
I forget what I was doing with this fucking guy. I just kind of wanted to click Dire Claw. I hadn't really gotten a chance in the league to click Dire Claw.
Yeah,
and I certainly got clicked. It certainly got clicked.
Yeah.
So I feel like I accomplished what I wanted with that set, even if I did fuck all.
Yeah.
And then just fucking Dirge is just Dirge every week.
Yeah. Well, Alluring Voice is new. That's a little different.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want for the fourth move, really. You can put fucking, I don't know, Solar Beam on there if you want. I don't know, random shit.
You can wait a turn. He's chill.
Yeah. I wish I had brought some other guys this week, like maybe some Stone Edge, Necrozma, or like Poopa Stinka in any capacity would have been good.
Yeah. I don't know. I can tell you were kind of just glad to be done building against Steve after this week.
Yeah, I was building a little bit last minute too. Not like extreme last minute, but like I was stressing this week, and I'm so glad to be done. This team is stressful. No disrespect to Eve, not on Eve's like play style or anything. Just the team is. I'm looking at it like Jesus Christ. I have like 10 ground weaknesses. I'm like, all right, I dealt with 10 ground weaknesses. Now I gotta fight this egg. But yeah.
Yeah. Morgan, who's your favorite guy on this team? Oh shit, I don't know why I clicked over to that. Who's your favorite guy, Morgan?
Listen, if I gave it to fucking, like, Garchomp, I have to give it to Sneasler, don't I? The other Pokemon responsible for the funniest turn. I was tempted to give it to Audine Penis just for being a funny-ass story to tell, but...
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta be fair. It's gotta be Sneasler.
It was a funny fucking turn. There was a lot of text on the screen. Alright. Fix your time. Good shit.
Yep.
Alright. Let's go on to our next round. Let's see who's in the who's present. We got Ray, we got Joan.
Fuck, is Faye not around? I would really rather get my match out of the way as soon as possible.
Faye, like, is in... I could probably get Faye in here. He's probably watching the stream right now.
Let's get my latest embarrassing moment out of the way, I think.
Alright, I'll do. Yeah, let's just turn it on, and then we'll get Faye in here. We'll get Faye in here by the time it's up. Somebody who's not me, go and like grab Faye and just make her be here. Okay.
So my thing with this match is that I should not have done it when I did it, because I literally did it after last draft league when I was tired as fuck.
Yeah, it's immediately. Yeah, like immediately after like last draft league, and like after you had been like all like on your feet like all day, like right before that too. You're just like super exhausted. So
I had not been in the house like for like 2 days.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just
So let's just see how it all began. So we got the Arceus lead into Gligar. Gligar switches into Arceus because I get really scared of freaking Ice Beam. So I set up a Calm Mind, do a Judgment on Mamoswine, doesn't quite kill.
That shit was supposed to be like killing, and it didn't quite kill.
Yeah.
There was some roll that was not quite right on.
Yeah. Gligar comes in on Eternatus, takes a Draco Meteor, and this is where it starts going wrong. Here's fucking Urshifu. Yeah. Here's Urshifu. Here's Raikou, which is not a Pokemon I really prepared for, which was probably a pretty big issue, because Raikou is a little scary.
Yeah.
I switch in Darm. You know, Darm already takes a little bit of damage. Insta dies to Judgment. I probably should have switched out there.
Yeah.
Raikou switches in on Pidgeot. I go for a U-turn, get Calyrex in there, and the Reflect Raikou is crazy. Reflect Raikou, like, completely shifted the tides of this battle, because, like, that just eats that.
Yeah.
Kills with Wicked Blow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it would kill, and then it's just over.
Yeah.
It's just
This
over.
is slow Urshifu, and it's slower than all the other Pokemon that are here.
And I'm
like,
desperately hoping I can
God,
get something going with Arc. So I just start recovering
yeah.
on this thing, and just it's a little fucked. It's a little fucked.
Yeah.
I'm just stalling it out now. If I can't get
one
the
more
better
recover,
differential,
then...
I can make the turn number higher.
One more recover than Faye has fucking Brick Breaks, and then...
So I start...
You actually play the sucker mix-up, but you do lose now.
Yeah. I play for the sucker matchup, okay. Honestly, the sucker matchup is like, you can tell I'm a Gen 9 OU player, because I played that, like, that was a doomed battle anyways, and given that I delayed it for, like, 10 turns...
Yeah. It's kind of funny.
It's... Honestly, looking back at that battle, that wasn't actually as embarrassing as I remembered. It really was, like, Reflect Raikou kind of fucked everything up. It was, like, Faye just had, like, the team builder advantage. And, like, that's no salt. That's just, like, Faye, like, built better.
Faye built a really good counter team, like...
Yeah.
Faye knew, like, okay, if Calyrex is in Trick Room, like this is, like, slow Urshifu, right? It's, like, no speed investment. Like, Faye knew if this is if Trick Room happens, it's like, Morgan brings a lot of fast stuff, like, this is gonna be just, like, it just clicks buttons, right?
Yeah.
And in general, it's just, like, Urshifu's good at clicking buttons against this roster, so it was just a good call-out, and the reflect, like, the screen Raikou is really good, so.
Yeah, now that I actually rewatched that match, I don't actually feel like it was that embarrassing. It was just that Faye had, like, a really good counter team. Looking at it, like, the fact that I delayed my loss by, like, 10 turns is, like, actually, like, maybe I'm good at this game.
You could have won the sucker. You could have won the sucker mind game, and like Faye said in the chat, just throwing Faye's differential into the toilet, just like destroyed Faye's differential.
It's true. Sucker mind games is always tricky, because basically I was playing a 50-50 every time. The fact that I won that many 50-50s is crazy.
Yeah.
That's how you know I'm a Gen 9 OU player. I've played against King Gambit too many times. Come
here. Faye, you gotta get back. Faye! No! No! No!
Faye, tell us about your awesome guys and how... Tell us about your guys.
Wow. Okay, Faye. Hi, Faye. I'm inviting Faye now.
My friend Faye.
Hi, Faye. Wait, Faye's Evan.
Okay,
hi, Faye.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
So this is all like Game Grumps plus one channel awesome name.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Mom and Dad is both a Game Grumps name and a channel awesome name.
Yeah.
That's kind of true. Yeah.
Yeah. Like truthfully, like with the like slow bulky Urshifu, it's like I didn't really feel like the speed tier was that relevant on Urshifu, because it's like it was like most of the things would either be like most of the things like when like other than like Darmanitan, like most of the stuff like either like outsped Urshifu pretty easily, or like Urshifu didn't really need investment in, and like they wouldn't go for investment either if it was like Gligar or whatever. So like felt like just putting bulk in that bad boy.
Yeah.
And it's like defensively, like Morgan's also is like mostly an offensive one. So like on the defensive side, like the Urshifu can really punch holes in a bunch of stuff because like the only dark resist on there is Ninetales, and it's like Ninetales does not want to take repeated hits all that much, and then Wicked Blow ignores the Veil bonus, so
yeah. If you want to go through each like Pokemon like one by one, like it's like you got Agility, Agility Solgaleo here. Agility weakness policy Solgaleo is kind of
I like pretty good. Like I guess like plenty of stuff. It could do a good job of like surviving a super effective hit, like a random knockoff or a ground move or whatever. As long as it wasn't like a stab fire move from Arceus or Darmanitan, it can like live plenty of stuff. But if like I had screens up, then like those could also act. Then like it could live those hits to activate weakness policy and agilities, the Steel is a good type offensive type against Snow Team. It turns out.
Yeah.
Like the Calyrex and Ninetales and all that. Yeah, the dudes. The Psychic was there for the snow dudes that like Cloyster and Bundle, and also the Cloyster and Bundle will have like bad special defense and get the snow boost and have bad special defense, and then also with a little bit of chip would also like handle Ogerpon too. And like EQ is for the rest of the dudes, like the ground, like the fire and rock, and the Gudra Hisui. So like the main roadblock would be the main roadblock for this would just be the Arceus Fire being bulky and also killing me really hard.
Yeah.
But other than that, when that was, once I had that handled with this like a really threatening win condition versus Morgan's team,
the screens look really good.
Yeah, screens really help just keep Morgan's offense at bay for a bit. Help me set up stuff, and also is just good at pivoting against Bundle and against stuff like Bundle. It has the special bullet to take one important hit and then strike back really hard.
Yeah.
And then and kept switching it on Pidgeot because it's a flying resist. With decent special bullets, so that made Pidgeot's life a little miserable.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout outs to fucking Eject Pack Draco Media, by the way. I really want to like a ton of this like I wanted for like just fire resist, and also like ogre pawn check, and it's like I feel like it will like lose momentum to like some of the stuff like Gudra Hasi mainly. So it's like I want to like a way to like just bring it in, like bring something else in, keep momentum up. And it's like toxic spikes for the like just find some way to like just fuck up Arceus mainly, and then whatever other random dudes it would happen to hit.
Yeah.
Like if I had those up, then it would have been really helpful against in that end game. Just get, I guess, just like stop Arceus before it could do anything. But like, I mean, I was only like up so much on material that like I didn't need it. So then normal judgment, normal fucking utility support Arceus.
Yeah, you love bringing judgment only like Arceus fighting. And it's pretty good, and I mean like the coverage is good in this like matchup too. Like it hits basically everything.
It's like the main resist for like the main resist for like were just like because like several of them like Ninetales and like Calyx like Ice type, they don't actually resist fighting, so it's like, and it's like Ninetales doesn't have great bulks, like I could just like 1v1 that anyways, pretty good.
Yeah. And you have and then you have like Healing Wish, like Defog Recovery, like self-explanatory. You have Healing Wish, I assume just to like bring back somebody like Urshifu or Mamoswine who's just like hugely threatening to like swab the roster and just kind of like keep pressing buttons. Healing Wish Arc is something that really hasn't been brought a lot. This might be the first time somebody's brought it actually.
At least one other time against Hazel.
It's been bought a couple. Yeah, I'm thinking about it now. Healing Wish, but like Healing Wish is super good. It's just it's big to like get rid of your Arceus, right? So it's a commitment for sure, but.
It is a one momentum move Arceus learns. So,
yep.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Urshifu, we kind of already talked about, really.
Press his buttons. Yeah.
Press his buttons, and Mamoswine also is kind of a button presser. It's got Silver Rock too, but a lot of it's like designed to press buttons because it kind of offensively matches up against a lot of stuff. It also kind of defensively matches up against a lot of stuff really well.
Yeah.
Like it's an ice type that isn't really like super afraid of the scary fire types that Morgan has. I mean, like, look, it's not taking a Darm Flare Blitz and like being happy about it. I think it dies to that. Like, it's not like.
But it can at least. It can at least live to kill it back.
Yeah, it's so it's a very like it, if you were to like Mamo kill Darm, Healing Wish, Mamo like kill fucking Arceus, right? And then it's like that's like a possible line of play. Like it's really good at like checking some of those offensive fire types and a lot of the other offensive types. That was a big thing that we were worried about in prep. And I mean he definitely did fucking work against Arc.
And also Morgan's also has 7 rock weaknesses.
Yeah.
Including Arceus. So it's like Stealth is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do. It's like no Icicle Crash because it's like mostly I feel like Ice Shard still did scary damage to the Gligar. That would make it uncomfortable and like knock off especially after like knocking off the Eviolite, Gligar would get really scared. And it's like outside of that, it's like the only real thing that would have been good for Icicle Crash would have been like hitting Ogapon on the Switch or something.
Yeah. So like, it's totally fair.
Yeah. Like Earthquake was good. Like Morgan's also was like pretty ground weak overall.
Yeah.
So, like, so I was like Earthquake was the main stab I was going for.
All right. Any like final thoughts? Like, I mean, like, I think you kind of builder. You just kind of won for builder. Honestly, like I think you did a really good job building this one.
Yeah,
like you happy with everything? I mean, I'm sure you're.
Yeah, well, like, Oshifu was like talking to me about how like I was like telling Oshifu like, it's like you don't have to like let it get to you. Like you are doing good stuff in each of these games. You like Oshifu was like really worried about not getting kills in a lot of situations. So like I was telling him like you've gotten good trades even if you don't kill, you got it too low for it to be. For me, you got like low enough for me to finish them off easily.
Yeah.
And it's like Mortis and like Mega Metagross. It's like, yeah, Oshifu really wanted to kill. Oshifu really wanted to like prove himself, and like we made out a little bit after this game, and we got smoothies.
That's awesome, man.
Can we say that on Twitch.tv? Is that allowed?
What's your favorite guy, Morgan?
It's the Raikou.
Yeah,
listen, like more than anything else on this team, like Reflect Raikou was like the perfect counter team. I do want to give a shout out to Eject Pack Eternatus though, because we did build Gligar in mind to fuck up Eternatus, but then Eternatus just did a Draco Meteor, flipped the bird, and left, and that was crazy.
Really different, yeah.
But I gotta give it to Raikou.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah,
definitely like really funny to see just +2 glacial lands do only like 2/3.
Yeah, that's fucked up. But yeah. Thanks for your time, Faye. Good shit.
Yeah. See you.
Right. Let's talk about your team.
Yeah.
And I'll publicly apologize for any mistakes I made helping you.
To be honest, I did not work on this team very much. I think I maybe like said the Pokemon that was it.
Morgan was busy a lot, and I kind of had to pick up a lot of the work, and I didn't really like. I talked about it with Eve a little bit, and Eve was like, kind of like, I don't know, but it's probably fine. Like you seem confident in it, so it's like okay. And then it's just not.
It is a team that I was probably not well equipped to pilot. Honestly, mainly my thing is that like when we talked about it, I was like, "Yo, wait, Yon Darmanitan seems really good." And then when I was actually playing, I was like, "God, I fucking wish this was Scarf right now."
Yeah. I don't know. We had like. Fucking like you can tell this is a Sienna team and mostly not a Morgan team because there's 4 pivot moves. Anyways, let's talk about it. So Don was probably the biggest like builder error here. I was like very overconfident that like I would just that Darm would just be able to find positions where it would kill things really hard. And that just didn't really work out in practice. And I think that's probably a function of like, again, like this wasn't really a team like that like Morgan was like comfortable piloting, right? Like it's like in my brain it's like, oh yeah, you keep turning around and whatever, and then and then you eventually get Darm into position, and then it kills like 3 things in a row. But it's just not like that's not Morgan brain, that's Sienna brain, right? You gotta balance the brains.
Yeah.
And so it can be kind of hard when like there's not as much back and forth during the building to like get like something that really represents like what one person wants to do. Like what the person wants to do who's actually playing.
Yeah.
But in terms of moves, Flipboard Zen Headbutt really hit everything. U-turn Yawn were basically just extra move slots. Like, I say there's like moves on his team, but like it's like really like they were all just there because it's like they're just extra move slots. Really, like they didn't. It's less like it was kind of meant to be like a Volturni structure, but like it's also just like what else is Darm doing? Like Earthquake didn't hit anything. Like fucking like. Gligar kind of had 4 move slot syndrome. Gligar actually really did want U-turn. Like that was the one that was like actually necessary. And then like Pidgeot, it's like you don't fucking learn anything, and you don't learn anything either. You just both have these as your 4th moves because they're there. But yeah, Gligar, Spadef Gligar was a like Yawn also. Yawn 4th move was basically just like we were looking at all the moves and it's like this could probably like force something out that's trying to like switch into Darm, and that's pretty good. So we went with that. But yeah, like Life Orb, maybe not the play. You live and learn. Yeah. Spadef Gligar was basically an attempt to like wall the shit out of Eternatus and just like force Eternatus out and then like U-turn to get momentum off of it. Because Gligar just like because of immunity plus like its typing plus just like the special bulk with Eviolite, like Eternatus can't really touch Gligar that much. It does win the PP war because of pressure, but it doesn't really like it can't do that much in general. I was really heavily advocating during building Screech Gligar, which is the one thing that like Morgan kind of pushed back on and was like, no, let's not do that. I still believe it would have cooked.
Yeah, it would have cooked that match into a 6-0 instead of a 5-0.
But it was yeah, but the idea was Screech basically like it was like like Screech has 64 PP, so like Eternatus can't sit on Gligar and try to PP stall it with pressure. And then like after a Screech, Earthquake does like 80% to Eternatus, so it can't recover on it, so it's forced out. Then you can U-turn for momentum. Like that was the idea. And then if something else switches in, then it's -2 defense also. I still think it's kind of heat. It's up to chat to decide. There's been many controversies. There's been many controversies in MFL history of things that I think are kind of heat, and there's much debate about it.
Wait, does Screech have ass accuracy too?
Screech has 80 accuracy.
Why the fuck did you want me to use Screech? I already have to do Hydro Pump. You want me to play for Screech rolls?
It's fine because it's the PP war. Like it wins the PP war anyways. It doesn't matter if it hits necessarily because it has 64 PP.
This is insanity.
It has 64 PP. It's 85 accuracy. Sorry, it's not 80. It's not 80.
That's still bad. That's still, for a move that does what it does, that's bad.
It is bad, but like it's Screech, baby. Let's. Anyways, we can move on. And the historians will have this debate in our stead. Arceus is meant to be like a win condition here, like a cleaner, basically.
Yeah, it seemed like the best kind of win con we had.
Yeah, it kind of got like deployed a little early, and then like I think there was like kind of a I think I probably miscalculated at some point during building with the Mammo Swine thing, and that's why it lives with 2% at +1, which is my B. Either that or like I decided on like something that was like a roll that I shouldn't have decided on, but in any case, Mammo Swine lived, and Arc was sad about it. If Arc had been deployed a little later, or if like Mammo if we had been able to kind of just kill Mammo, earlier, it might have gone different. I think Calm Mind Arc definitely had a great matchup because like Faye really has very few fire resists, like at all. Like, so like just clicking Judgment a bunch, like it's hard for. It's hard for. I was calcing for thick fat, so don't worry about that. That wasn't a problem. I was calcing thick fat, but yeah, like it's just like the fire matchup isn't great for Morgan's or for Faye, so that's why we kind of tried to do like this double fire offensive core that kind of just like smacked up all the fire weak things, and fire is like minimum like tiny amount of fire resists. Really the fire resists are just Eternatus and Greninja, who is not a real fire resist. Greninja's not taking like a +1 judgment. Greninja was a roll to just die to Flare Blitz from this Darm immediately.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. Calyrex Ice. This is a pretty normal Calyrex. Its weakness policy, it was like boots, like until like 2 seconds before the game, basically. And I was just like, at 2 seconds is a exaggeration, but it was boots until like day of, and then I was like, oh, you know what? And I explained some like specific like situation with like Lando, U-turning into Calyrex or something, and I was like, oh yeah, like weakness policy would be good for that. And then Morgan was like, yeah, that makes sense. But Lando didn't come, and like honestly, like boots wouldn't have been better because Calyrex never switched into any hazards, so it's not. Neither item did anything in any case in the game that actually happened. So. I don't know. Like, weakness policy could have been epic. But yeah, I just didn't quite work out. RIP. RIP.
Bought the farm.
Bought the farm.
Let's talk about this insane set for Iron Bundle. Just this absolutely, what the fuck were you thinking? What the hell?
Yeah.
Ice Beam, Hydro, Freeze Dry, Flip Turn? Are you insane? What's wrong with you?
I was cooking, I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
You will be executed after this stream for this terrible Iron Bundle. I mean, what the fuck?
What the fuck is the move order? You're insane. This is a completely normal move order. I guess Freeze Dry third is like kind of weird. Fair. Freeze Dry should be
crazy. We're not talking about this bundle anymore. I was literally doing a bit about how there's nothing to talk about with this Iron Bundle.
Water move goes before Ice move. No. Ice move goes before water. No. Ice move goes before water move. Ice move goes before water move.
This is the most dumb conversation we've ever had, talking about Iron Bundle's move order. That's how I know we've exhausted anything we could ever say about Iron Bundle.
Everyone in chat, go in the server, instead of putting this in Twitch chat, go in the server, like, and then type what your move order would be for Iron Bundle in the MFL General channel, okay? Everybody do their own Iron Bundle move order, and we'll see what the most popular one is, and we'll see which one's correct. Anyways, Pidgeot. Yeah, this is normal.
This is also like, there's not much to say. It was just a matter of I needed a defog guy, and Pidgeot just kind of gets assigned as the defog guy a lot of, like, now that I have him, because it's just like Gligar would love to not have to do that if possible.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And Pidgeot's also, like, it's in a spot where it's, like, it's just slightly faster than Arc, so, like, if it's in danger, it can U-turn out into a guy that doesn't hate being in front of Arc. Like, I don't know, like, Pidgeot has not had a lot of good showings from me, but I don't think that's because Pidgeot is strictly bad. I think it's a perfectly serviceable tier 4. It does what I need it to do, which is defog.
Yeah.
And the fact that it can do anything else is crazy.
And Pidgeot was nice for... Pidgeot made sense in this matchup for, Hurricane hits arc fighting super hard.
Yeah.
It's maxing super hard, and arc fighting is kind of an annoying guy, so... Pidgeot had some nice things, and, if it's stealth rock arc fighting, then, Pidgeot, threatens it out and then defogged, right? So it's... There was some good stuff going on. It could have maybe been Roost 4th move, but I don't think it really mattered. I think we did some comics that was Roost didn't really help that much.
Yeah, what was it roosting on? There was nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. Overall, I don't think this is the worst team in the world. It probably wasn't right for Morgan to pilot. It definitely wasn't right for Morgan to pilot at that specific time. And I think mostly, honestly, Faye just kind of built better.
Yeah,
That's the biggest thing.
Faye outbuilt, and that's fucking okay. It's a matter of this is a weird breed of both hyper offense, but also Sienna's kind of Volt turn, more balanced structures, and it's just it's a weird mismatch. I don't actually blame Sienna, to be honest. It is mostly Sienna's handiwork, but that's on me for not really participating more in the team building process. And it's okay because me and Faye are chill anyways, because Faye is helping me build to kill Bell. I will say though, this match makes it so I might not get into playoffs at all.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Listen, it's all dependent on if WAFFLOES fucking dies next week. Or this week, rather. WAFFLOES needs to fucking die this week, otherwise I'm not getting into playoffs.
Well, WAFFLOES, Morgan wouldn't have blamed me if Screech was brought because she would have won. So, that's why it wouldn't have been an issue. She would have thanked me if Screech was brought. Anyways, who's your favorite guy then? Who do you think did the most here? Who do you think you smiled the most?
I mean, to be honest, I do gotta kind of hand it to Ark, but that was, honestly, it's mostly on me, because I did play the sucker.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I lost it in the end, but again, I lasted 10 turns. That match could have... That match had no fucking reason to be almost 30 turns, because at turn, 17, I was down to one guy.
Yeah.
That match did not need to go that long.
Yeah, Ark, I don't know, Ark had a good matchup here, and it definitely... It put in work. It put in more work than anybody else did. That's for sure. So, yeah. Yeah. Alright. Good shit. Let's move on. Let's head on over to greener pastures. To awesome stuff in the world. So we have John Close. Let's do John Sauzels. Let's do John Sauzels, and I'll try to if somebody is there to tell Sauzels to get in here after the match. I know Sauzels is playing Splatoon right now. If somebody's here to tell Sauzels go talk about Pokemon, then just do that for me. Thanks. Thank you. Faye can do that, or somebody else. Faye isn't me. Because we're doing this right now. Oh, Sauzels is here. Okay, it's fine. Sauzels in the chat. Sauzels knows. Sauzels knows all. Sauzels knows all. YouTube can't be reached?
Uh-oh.
What?
Is YouTube no longer where the poop is?
Never mind. Okay. Alright, let's get this going.
Alright. Sauzels versus
It's not loading everything. Alright.
Alright, so we got the Rotom Wash lead into Rotom Heat, the double Rotom action. Unfortunately, Sauzels has a worse Rotom for this. Art comes in, hits a Stealth Rock, and Rotom gets the fuck out of there. Into Vegetarian.
Yeah. It's Bulu time.
It's freaking Bulu time. Toxic's Rotom Heat. Pretty good.
Yeah.
In comes Rotom Wash. Eats Will-O-Wisp, but Toxic is way worse for Rotom than the burn is.
Arc Dragon comes in.
Volt switches.
Defogs away the hazard and the terrain. Like, gets it back up.
Yeah,
Bulu's here.
Bulu is back. Doesn't give a fuck. Could not give less of a fuck about Judgment. Bulu tries to go for another Toxic, but it's time to leave.
Here comes the man.
Oh my god.
So I prepped Hazel for this game, and you know, I'll preface with this is Sienna L's week a little bit in a lot of ways, in terms of the people I prepped. But I prepped Hazel for this week, and I'll say that it was a pretty turbulent, like, kind of rough week for both of us. But neither of us thought about fucking Marowak Alola at all. Like, and the fucking Marowak Alola with Lightning Rod actually had exactly the fucking defensive and offensive profile to wreck Hazel's entire shit. And you're gonna see that a little bit.
Yeah, so, Shadow Bone doing 58%.
58.
58%.
Art comes in 55%.
What the fuck is going on?
Get scared out. But
in
like
comes Tapu Bulu again.
Magearna comes in, thrown from a weird.
Oh my goodness.
And Marowak just comes in, and Flurcanimus sucks there.
Yeah,
but it probably wouldn't have died. And then Shadowbone just fucking...
4%!
Like, basically dead. Pain splits, to get some just chip.
Matter.
But, like, Marowak's fucking fucked up now. Blastoise finally gets the revenge on it, just clicks that Water Pulse.
Yeah, but Marowak has already done quite a bit of chip to Sauzel's side. Toxic misses, but it was gonna be on Magearna anyway, so it doesn't matter. Bulu stays in, hits with a high horsepower. This will change up the horse council somewhat.
Yeah, and unfortunately, trades 43% for Toxic. Not an awesome trade. Just gets rocks up here. Makes sense. This is a stay in Judgment, but a pain split.
Pain split, womp womp. A certified pain split moment, which is not a moment you want to be involved in when you're Toxic. So Magearna switches in, another pain split moment. Rotom is back to full. Holy
pain
fuck.
Rotom's one of the best pain split users because it has such low base HP that it just fucks everything up. It just eats their HP.
Rotom decides to dip out.
And it Volt Switches itself, but Gliscor comes in.
In Memoriam Billy.
Absorbs the Toxic. And it's time to recover on the Gliscor. And Rotom is dead here from a Judgment, but Hazel decides to just take the rocks.
Just decides to take the piss.
And unfortunately, that was the wrong call. So now we're back to this fucking little mini game. Zacian Crowned comes in. And it's looking to defeat the fraud allegations, so it decides to kill Magearna.
Yeah, people put
and then
Zacian on fraud watch. So far, that's 2 kills in a row. Blastoise goes for Shell Smash, though. Is that gonna be enough? With Terrain Pulse it is! Oh my goodness! In comes Saturn. Gets an E-speed. In comes fucking E-killer.
Upper hand on the E-speed!
That has to be the craziest shit I've seen all day. Upper hand on E-speed? Holy shit, dude. Mach Punch upper hand is insane. Fucking insane moveset.
This comes in, does pick up the kill on Wooloo to fix up the differential a bit, but unfortunately it's looking like E-speed just kills here, and yeah. That's the Joan W. And the Russian Crown has dissuaded some of the fraud allegations. It's put some of them to rest. It's debatable. It's still up. It's up for discussion. Okay, it's up for discussion. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's not. The book is not closed on that issue yet. But let's talk about Joan's team. Let's bring Joan in here to talk about. Let's talk about this squad.
Hey. So, one thing that was like immediately apparent when Eve and I were talking about this match afterwards was that I left a lot of Pokemon in situations where they absolutely would have died, precisely because I don't want to give up momentum.
Yeah.
Right? So if I did not keep Dave in against that Blastoise, I could have risked a free Cell Smash. That wasn't acceptable for me, because that's not a momentum boost that I can recover from. Yeah. Those Ice Beams would probably have killed, like, Vegetarian, and then I wouldn't have anything, like, viable as a resist, because I'm pretty sure at that point, Feed Brick was, significantly chipped. Yeah. So, I wanted to make sure that, that I had momentum going into the next turn. So even if I died there, I get another turn. And the defensive profile of Dave was specifically spec'd to deal with Magearna, to deal with Tapu Koko, and to deal with Rotom Heat. And it dealt with 1.5 of those things. And that's like more than enough, because it's also a little redundant. Because all 3 of those, except maybe like Magearna, but actually even Magearna, like I can well, yeah, I would say maybe Magearna, because right, of those 3, I had other Pokemon there that could have handled it. Rotom Heat can be handled by Rotom Wash pretty easily.
Yeah.
And then you get Magearna, which is a little tough, and Tapu Koko, which is also handled by Rotom Wash. And so the defensive necessity for Marowak, and also, Zacian as well. The defensive necessity for Marowak at that point was like, okay, I could either save this one Pokemon that can help me with Pokemon that are one of which is already dead and one is significantly chipped where other Pokemon can easily deal with it, or I can, I give up the possibility of getting like a Shell Smash, or I can keep this in. If they go for a Shell Smash, they eat Shadow Bone at -1 defense off of a Thick Club Marowak, and I think that could even potentially kill at that point. I don't know how much defense investment Sauzels put in there, so that's why I kept in there. The next big point where I kept a Pokemon in where it seemed pretty damn obvious and I shouldn't was Feed Me a Brick against that Arceus Dragon where it was dead to rights.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that I had momentum going in, and since I knew I was slower than Arceus, even if I did Volt Switch that turn, like, I would have had a little bit more momentum going in, but Volt Switch would be less EV against them using Recover, or them using, like, a status move, or anything like that, or even just switching out to, like, Predict Volt Switch. I'm not sure if they had any grounds or anything that could actually eat Volt Switch. So the highest EV play there, if I wanted to make sure that I got as much value out of this as I could if Rotom lived, was to click Plane Split in that situation, and then Hazel was like literally like Hazel did not expect that. They definitely chose to use Stealth Rock there to try to, you know, put more chip damage onto the board. After Marowak is gone, I'm not sure how much value that... I mean, I guess it's 12.5 for every switch, and that does help prevent momentum. What did I actually... Let me double-check the roster that Hazel had, because I'm wondering why I also had Tapu Bulu Covert Cloak. That might have been for Quagsire Scald, I believe. Yeah, and I also 0 HP investment on Rotom to get the fattest Bane splits possible. Then in Memoriam ability, often does not kill anything ever, but provides a lot of defensive utility and, you know, is symbolic. He needs to be here. Arceus, kind of extreme killer. I did expect a little bit more toxic with teams that can have like Yveltal, Quagsire, stuff that can try to like chip me out and try to feed off my own attack with like foul play and shit like that. Hence I put Facade on it. Never became relevant, but that was interesting. That upper hand is so fucking funny and so fucking cool. What a cool choice. I forgot that move existed. All of the DLC moves outside of like Thunderclap from DLC 2 on Scarlet and Violet, I've pretty much forgotten about.
It's easy to forget them, but yeah, like upper hand is upper hand's distribution is weird too, but like man, it's a very draft move because you would never bring it on the ladder. It doesn't make any sense. It would not consistently beat anything. But then like once you fucking bring it, you bring it in a situation like that, and it's like, oh fuck.
The saddest thing, I looked it up. Upper hand speed priority is the same as fake outs.
Yeah,
and then that's like, what's the point there if it's made for like VGC and to beat fake out? At least it should be +4. I don't know. Also, it's also like fighting type, so people who are Terra and Ghost to win the fake out war are not going to get hit by upper hand. It's such a wild move that exists for basically no one.
Except for Hawk Elder in front of Extreme Killer.
Yeah.
It also exists for Hitmonchan Rock, Paper, Scissors.
That's true. That's very true.
Wait, what?
Oh, you never played Hitmonchan Rock? Oh, okay, don't worry. Faye will tell you all about it.
Okay, so I'm assuming it's upper hand, Mach Punch, and then some fighting move that isn't
Focus
priority.
Punch.
Focus Punch. That's so fucking funny.
Yeah. No, that's fire. Anyways, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so you had the Cloak Bulu.
Cloak Bulu was to avoid Scald.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to make sure that this is actually very physically offensive, full attack investment, and then very specially defensive. But I wanted to have Toxic without having to, commit to Assault Vest. So I could do something in front of Arceus, which, I clicked Toxic quite a few times in front of Arceus. Usually then it switched out to another Pokemon that was either already Toxic or was a decent Toxic target in that Rotom Heat, but maybe wasn't the most...
It wasn't the juiciest.
That was pretty good.
It was alright though. It was good. It is good to Toxic things. But Yeah.
And then on Zacian here, Firefang, there's like arguments I can make about that Firefang maybe should have been Trailblaze specifically because I could have clicked Trailblaze into that Blastoise. Firefang was there to shore up against Magearna if I had to face off against a healthier Magearna, which I didn't, and it just felt to play rough. So to a certain extent, I do kind of wish that was Trailblaze. If I clicked Trailblaze on the turn that Shell Smash went off, I'm pretty sure... I'm not entirely sure I would have got speed, because I'm pretty sure that Blastoise is timid max speed investment, so...
Yeah.
I might have had to change it to Jolly.
Yeah. Is my Discord working?
No. Sorry.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Yeah, your Discord stream's like going out on and off.
I had really weird sounds. No, my Discord stream, that's every time I alt tab, and I apologize for it. I'm just a distracted driver. No, it's because I need to look at chat and stuff.
It's because I told Sienna not to drink alcohol on stream, and she keeps doing it.
You had clicked Trailblaze on quit the league. Yeah, well, Morgan told me to not drink alcohol on stream, so that and to take more weed on stream.
Stop! They weren't supposed to know that. Stop. Stop.
Anyways,
just make sure to not smoke the scary weed that you because these times are already scary enough.
Yeah, we're in a fucked up situation. It's good to hear that you're good though. I mean, Joan, you have been maybe one of the most dominant players this league. And I'm glad to see that you and your crew hasn't been compromised by the ongoing Smeargle threat.
Yeah, the Smeargles seem to not. I don't know. I mean, maybe they just don't see Zacian Crown as a threat due to his debatable fraud nature. Yeah. And so that's that's kind of why they're not.
I'm going out on a limb here. Listen, the Marowak Lightning Rod is crazy. My favorite guy is Zacian because I believe that Zacian beat the fraud allegations. I am a Zacian believer. I think that everybody wants Zacian to be a fraud because they see him and it's like, oh my god, that guy was anything goes in Gen 8. Oh, but they nerfed him, so he's got to be worse now. The people are trying to will a washed Zacian, and I won't stand for it. I won't stand for it. I'm making a stand right now. Zacian is not a fraud. That's my honest opinion.
My favorite guy was Marowak because he's cool.
He was cool.
Which character had the best feng shui when it comes to moves order?
Oh, the best move order. Oh,
I hate this conversation every time.
I think it's probably because this isn't stabs first. There's knockoff in the middle. It's probably Rotom.
Yeah, I was also thinking Rotom. Now that I see it, I have no fucking idea why I put Toxic above High Horse.
Yeah, it's gross. It's gross, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Thanks for your time.
Yeah. And stay safe.
Yeah, WD-40. Yeah, get the WD-40 for sure.
Yeah.
Sauzels.
Alright, I need to use the bathroom. Have fun. I need to go to the bathroom and I'm gonna grab a snack, so please have fun apologizing to Sauzels for 10 minutes.
I don't have that much to apologize for, but...
I know, I'm being a dickhead.
I think... I don't know.
Yeah. I made some, I just kind of made some bad calls that match. Some shit where it's just a couple of volt switches that I knew were gonna be absorbed, and the second upper hand, I was things oh my god, we've got Sucker Punch mind games here. Then they'll never expect 2 in a row, but I didn't factor in for being scared of like a move they forgot about.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, if I clicked like close combat on that turn, I feel like the end game, I would have at least gotten a better differential.
Yeah.
Because like even though it's resisted, close combat did a lot against Boo. Like you saw, like Mach Punch did like 19%.
Yeah.
It's like close combat was like
CC Mach Punch probably killed.
Yeah.
But yeah, like,
yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, it ultimately was just like Zacian Crowd is just like so fucked up strong.
Yeah.
Like putting in and like so is Extreme Killer. Like play rough plus extreme speed between those two, killing Blastoise even without minus defense is absurd.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was also like all this like we talked about this. There's like all the Chi-Yu builder pressure.
Yeah, the Chi-Yu builder pressure, and it didn't come. Like,
yeah,
we put a lot of stuff in Chi-Yu because like most games that Joan has won have just been because Chi-Yu like got opportunities, right? And this team was kind of built to deprive it of opportunities, and then we like, you know, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of this is just like kind of normal. I mean, we built this a while ago. Like these because it was early in the week, and these draft streams keep being so late in the week, and I'm remembering like Magirna was supposed to handle Zacian.
Yeah.
It's got the Thunder Wave. It's got the maximum defense. It's also to handle like Bulu moves and stuff. And Thunder Wave is just like the only thing that does like anything against Zacian.
Yeah.
It's just like a really fucked up matchup. And then the 128 speed is to outspeed a paralyzed Zacian, so.
Yeah.
Oh, the nicknames, I don't know, I just, they were just like, I just kind of like gathered these guys, in different ways.
Yeah.
3 of them, yeah. Well, I mean, one of them's my sponsor.
Your SponsorAsk.com helped you procure the 30 guys that you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. After they made like Sauzels 50,
yeah,
I accepted like a sponsorship in exchange.
Yeah.
We weren't supposed to get sponsored this league.
Fuck, sorry. Well,
some of that
Gertrude's
money,
there.
like you need to like get some of that money into like the fucking like winnings.
Yeah, I need to put it into the pot.
Like I'm like giving 100 of my own dollars into the pot, and like you're taking sponsors in the middle of my fucking league.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're paying me in like nuggets of wisdom, so I can't really participate.
They're paying her chicken soup for the soul.
Okay, I understand now. Writing down on my notebook, Sauzels is getting scammed.
Yeah. This Coco is basically just like it's a pretty standard like suicide utility, whatever.
Yeah.
Arceus took Stealth Rock because it was just. I mean, that's the only place I could fit a hazard in.
There's generally an idea that like it didn't really matter what terrain was up on Hazel's end because like Blastoise kind of fucking like Blastoise terrain pulse kind of destroys like most stuff like either way. Although electric
it mattered for Zacian.
It matters for Zacian, yeah. Like, but it like otherwise it's not like a huge deal mostly.
And yeah, this was I mean, Rotom, I mean, yeah, it had the good defensive type, but they knew they had the Blue Toxic was just like that was big. That was annoying to me. I mean, random Toxics are one of my most like, I'm just so annoying, or I'm so annoyed at whenever it fucks me over. VGC 2017, man. Invoking that in draft. But yeah, no, that shit walled Rotom so. The Shadow, I should have like done any calcs at all. The Shadow Bones doing over 50 to everything was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, as I recall though, like it was kind of like this team was kind of like hard to get out the door. Like it was I don't recall it being a great week for you, and like it was just kind of
I don't know. This week was a loss for me and both my boys. So
yeah, you got like
Mike and Steven also both kind of I
don't know.
There was I think there was a lot of hemming and hawing personally about like what the non-terrain pulse moves were going to be on Blastoise.
I didn't know this was Ice Beam before the match started because the last paste I had seen was not Ice Beam.
What was it?
It was probably I think it was like Dark Pulse or Aura Sphere.
Or Aura Sphere, that's right. I had Aura Sphere for a while, yeah. But then I was just like, hitting Bulu at all is more important than getting better rolls on Arceus.
Yeah.
Which I think I mean, in the end, I don't know if it mattered at all. I mean, I think I did click Ice Beam at the end to get that differential, but if Blastoise had been healthy enough to live one extreme speed, that would have been a win.
Yeah.
Because it outsped like the Rotom and the Gliscor and just like killed both of them at the. I mean, it had the grassy terrain up for murking Rotom. So that was I think that was the really funny part about the terrain play is like having the potential to use the grassy terrain pulse against Rotom was just so funny, but didn't get to click it. And then I had the 3 fighting move Kong. I wanted to fit Ice Punch on it. What?
This was Muck for a little bit, but
it was Muck, yeah, for a bit.
I think I told you like I think Kong's better here.
Yeah,
and
it was like no, I had like Muck and Kong. I didn't have Rotom for a while. I forgot about the defensive profile for a bit. Yeah, I mean Muck. I was just like I was thinking I need something that can take dark pulses and isn't weak to fire. And I mean, Morgan, I can't hear you. I see your.
Huh?
Oh, I just saw your your kitty like mouth moving on the stream, but then I couldn't hear anything from you.
That's because I dropped my phone and it hit my foot, and I said ow.
Anyways, like upper hand. I don't know. We talked about a lot of the Conk stuff overall. But
knockoff was just like, okay, there it goes here. I gotta have the anti-ghost move.
Yeah. I don't know. I think mostly covers the team.
Thought the switch into fucking Marowak would have worked out, but
yeah.
Oh my god.
It too strong. Yeah.
And they both have the same base speed. I never looked. Did Marowak have any speed investment?
Let's double check. Yeah, at 44.
44, yeah. There is no universe I was going above 44 speed investment.
Yeah. I don't know. Overall,
yeah.
Not the worst team. Could have won with like a little bit like cleaner play. But
yeah,
a lot of kind of builder guesses wrong. Where I think Joan got a lot really right. And sometimes that happens.
Yeah, and I was just like, there's so much shit on like Joan's team that is just like, when I was building, I'm just like, I don't wanna like look at this for too long. So you see, there's like a bunch of just like 252, 252s here.
Yeah. Just a tired week.
Yeah.
Just a week of being tired.
Yeah.
It happens.
The end of leagues, like end of the late league prelims are just so. Man, I've been building teams every week.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's your favorite guy, Morgan?
It's gotta be Conk.
Yeah, it's upper hand is too funny.
It really is, and it worked. The thing is, it's like a goofy, like, kind of stupid move. It fucking worked. I don't think it's as dumb as, like, Skitter Smack, but, like, dude, the fact that you even remembered that upper hand was a move, let alone used it in a scenario where it was, like,
that was, like, one of the first things I saw when I saw Extreme Killer. I was going up against Extreme Killer.
That's crazy. You're wiser than I am. I would never even, like, consider upper hand, because it's, like, it's like a ROM hack move and not even a good one.
Yeah, I can be somewhat happy with this week because I did get the upper hand click and I did get the one shot on Zacian with Terrain Pulse. That was really satisfying.
Yeah.
Even though I took fucking like 86 the previous turn. Jesus Christ.
Is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like overall good shit. Like that's your time. We gotta be moving on though. Gotta be moving forward. We've been a little slow. We've been a little slow tonight. It's fine. But we gotta keep moving on.
I do have a little bit of news though.
Yeah.
So, the SMEARGLE situation is ongoing, but I have some great news.
Yeah.
My good friends at Insane Clown Posse, Shaggy2Dope, and Violent J have joined the hunt against SMEARGLE.
Oh, shit.
And they got their own Juggalo-themed Mr. Mimes.
That's perfect. That's just perfect.
I think the tides are starting to shift in our favor, is all I'm saying.
Alright, so let's look at this. Where are we at? So let's do Lilly versus Ribbon. Let's do that. The sump pump stuff.
Check it out now. Sump pump stuff.
Yeah. So yeah. Let me just okay. But yeah, we'll be doing this. The shabby life.
Alright. Ribbon versus Lilly. So we got Arceus Game Grumps into Scissor League. Game Grumps gets up some rocks. Taunt Lando is interesting. Earth Power does so much to Zygarde, holy shit.
But it puts right into Power Construct and it's back up to 62.
But it's still pretty scared of Chien Pao. Chien Pao gets a nice Icicle Crash. Given that did too much damage. Tianpao is stupid. It didn't do that much, but it did too much.
Stops the Caesar defog, and just decides to stay in and surf.
Yeah. In comes Arc Electric.
There
goes Arc Electric.
In a Caesar. Moonblast.
Ribbon doing a little bit of mind games. In comes Scooby Snack. Beautiful, lovable Scooby Snack. The Gastrodon you all know and love.
And this is really just sitting here. Like this Finny is just kind of sitting here right now and just pressing its buttons.
Yeah, the taunt Feeny is just so good.
Finny is quite good at doing this. And a nice Moonblast. Just staying at 100%, but Volt comes in now on the recover.
In comes a very controversial figure. I'm not sure why we let him in.
Yeah.
I need to like put it on record that this stream does not condone the actions of January 6th.
This is basically a Calm Mind war, except one of them's Quiver Dance, which is kind of like an advantage. And so yeah, like Lilly gets up to 6 Volk, and then
Volcarona Toxic is crazy. Judgment only doing 42. Volcarona with Giga Drain also kind of doing not anything.
Just doing nothing, and I don't understand the double Giga Drain there. You'd think after all that would be like kind of a, some sort of a like set that like presses whatever.
Arceus with Refresh is crazy.
Leaves doesn't die, but now Caesar's down to low, probably Roost here. Yep.
Feeny going.
Into this situation, he turns out Lando's in here. Finny got to be afraid of the Sludge Wave, and yeah, it takes the Sludge Wave. It doesn't die though, and Surf kills.
So one dead on both sides. Scizor just goes down, doesn't click Bullet Punch.
Calls out the defog and just presses Surf. Thunder Miss.
Ooh, Blunder Policy is crazy though. Blunder Policy is insane.
Now Blunder Policy, Rayquaza comes in. You have even Sauzels in the chat going, yo. The Draco comes in. And then it has to leave because it is at -2 special attack now. But it made some progress. But now Zygarde's behind a substitute, which is pretty scary for... Yeah, that is not breaking a Zygarde sub. No way, no how.
Yeah, it's looking rough. Gastro's staying in even though it has no hope of doing much to Zygarde. I guess... I unplugged my headphones. I can't hear anything.
Oh, fuck.
I can hear again.
Yeah. Lilly just subs back up. Ice Shard, breaks the sub, but, it's looking
like a Zygarde endgame. Right, there's not a whole lot you can do against Zygarde in this scenario. Yeah. 1,000 arrows just obliterating everyone on Ribbon's side.
A sub on Gas. Just to be mean,
literally,
but not just toxic. Not just the toxic, and it actually ends up being good because it actually is not dying from there, and it's able to recover. So getting another Dragon Dance up to help secure the kill here.
Yeah, and it's over. Zygarde with the clean sweep.
Comes up.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Guys, Zygarde might be good.
That's the reason why Zygarde complete is fucking scary. It's so fucked up.
It's like the stats fool you a little bit because you just see the big HP and you're like, oh, that's pretty good, but maybe not broken. And then you realize it has the best move in the game. And that's
like,
when
it's
it
like,
all clicks.
You look at 100 attack, 85 speed, and you're like, well, this can't be that good. But it's just like it doesn't die.
It doesn't die, and it's like it has Dragon Dance, which is a fucking awesome setup move that shores up both of those from being not that great to being like, hey, that's something.
And it has Coil if it wants to just not die even more.
Yeah. And
so yeah,
like we need to like listen. If you remember anything from the last league, you know 1,000 Arrows is a fucked up move. 1,000 Arrows is really good.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about Ribbon's team real quick. Or no, not Lilly's team really quick. I'll just go over it. I prepped Lilly. We were down to the fucking wire on this team. Lily's been busy. Lily's been rough. So, like, for context, for people at home, you know, Lilly got a great job offer. But it also means that she has to be in Chicago in, like, a month. She has to move and find an apartment and do all this shit. So she's in a, like... She's in a rough, like, busy position. Like, she's a busybody. So she's... Literally, like, most of her teams have been, like, super down to the wire. So she hasn't really been able to put her all into this league. That's why you haven't seen quite the same, like, performance that you had, like, last time. But, like, you know, I mean, you still see... Some of these battles, you still see, like, oh, yeah, wait, Lily's a really good Pokemon player.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's... Yeah. You know, we got the access here. I can't remember. I think Reflect is just something Lilly threw on. But we're basically looking at it, and it was just kind of like, this is kind of like a all-purpose revenge killer. Deoxys speed is 224 timid. Deoxys speed is faster than +1 Rayquaza. And it's also faster than like it's faster than like Chien-Pao. It's faster than +1 Landorus Incarnate. It's faster than all this shit. So it's super fast. And so we kind of used it as like an all-purpose revenge killer. And it ended up not really doing a whole lot. I mean, it chipped down Arceus, like, and kept that from snowballing and ruining everything. So that was pretty good. But it didn't really need to come out for anything else. Twitter X. Kinzaza 2-Yor-5. I don't know what 2-Yor-5 is. I don't know what that is. I know what Kinzaza is. That's a movie. Look it up. You guys should watch it at home if you haven't. Yeah, like set. This is a normal defensive Finny. I'm kind of surprised there was like no speed on this, but like it was getting off the taunts anyways, and it was super fucking reliable at it.
Yeah, it did its fucking job.
Finny is just so fast. Like, the thing is, you don't need that much speed on Finny because it's so fucking fast for a defensive Pokemon. It's 85 base speed. Like, so, like, if you want to taunt other defensive Pokemon, you just go first, like, almost all the time, and you just fuck them up. Yeah, we had Arceus Steel here. This was physical. Because we were worried about the opposing like Calm Mind, and we were worried about like a few other things, we just didn't want to deal with certain potential problems, and it just seemed like physical did more here. So we went with physical. Iron Head Earthquake. It didn't really do a whole lot this game, so
it made me laugh with its name.
It's a good name. Yeah, Arceus Game Grumps. The corruptions of Arceus' name just keep getting wilder as time goes on. Donald Trump is here.
We do not support. Yeah.
I don't remember how this ended up being no fire move, to be honest. I don't know what was up with that. I don't know what.
Yeah, I just realized no fire move against the roster that has Mega Scizor.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't remember like that, but like this team was in such a rush that there were some things that just came through that I didn't even like look at, and this happened. Pretty normal like DD Zygarde. I think there was some Calc that got done here, but I don't remember what it was. That like looked good. And then finally the Stadia Army, Mana Buzz, Helmet Mana Buzz. Oh yeah, funny thing about the Zygarde, this initially like was aura break on accident, so the game actually needed to get restarted. It was only like a couple turns in, but it needed to get restarted because we did decide that like aura break on Zygarde Complete is illegal, even though it's pretty much useless. We just decided it's illegal because it's like it's not what you signed up for. It's not what you signed up for. It's not what you drafted. And then the Stadia Army, I don't think ever came out of its Pokeball. But the Stadia Army is standing strong still. Google Stadia forever. Google Stadia unite.
That we do support.
Yeah. We anti Donald Trump, pro Google Stadia, okay? That's the fucking plan. So now let's bring Ribbon in and let's talk about this dish team. Dish team.
Hello world.
Hi.
Hello. I thought this was a funny team.
Yeah.
At this point in the draft league, I've accepted that I'm probably not gonna win a lot of games.
Yeah.
And so I'm content with just making, funny
Making
teams.
a statement. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about winning, it's about sending a message.
Yeah.
And, so
I want to make a little statement that like it's like I still think you're like a really good player. I think you got kind of fucked by like your matchups because you got like a lot of really hard matchups and then just kind of barely lost a lot of them.
Yeah,
and
I think I definitely have made a lot of like mistakes, but also it is like my first draft league, so
but I
think I try my best.
When you look at the stats, when you look at the raw stats, like it's like your differential is like way better than a lot of the people who actually have wins.
Yeah, no, my only win so far has been a forfeit.
Which is like next week we'll talk about that. But yeah, it's
I try my best.
But you're
you did
good.
It's not about winning; it's about sending a message.
Yeah. This shit's funny.
Yeah.
This Taunt Lando is funny.
SmackDown 2024. Yeah, the thing is, Landorus is one of those Pokemon. You hear about Pokemon, you have like 4 move slot syndrome or whatever. Like they have so many moves they want to use. Landorus is the opposite. It has like one thing it wants to do over and over and over again. Anything else is kind of secondary. So you can slot in, Taunt, Stealth Rock. I think I did Stealth Rock before. Rock Polish, Nasty Plot. It's just like the one move it has, just clicking Earth Power is so strong. Like it doesn't need much else.
It's so fucking far. Like got the you got the Chimpow here. Pretty normal set. So you got Life Orb Chimpow, which is like pretty aggressive, pretty great, pretty gamer set.
Yeah, it's a pretty normal Chimpow set.
Yeah, the moves are normal. Yeah.
I didn't feel like getting too fancy with it. I thought that this kind of did everything I wanted it to. And it's also just like a very solid set. So.
Does a lot.
Yeah, it does a lot. Yeah.
You had the mono attacking Judgment like refresh art, which is crazy.
I was like sitting in front of the fucking like Zygarde, and I was just because everyone knows about Judgment Ice Beam recover arc. I was just hoping that my opponent would assume that I had Ice Beam.
Yeah, you're just gonna bluff Ice Beam.
Like with Arceus, it's like actually very viable. My idea was to try to get rid of Zygarde with either Finpow or the Blizzard on Rayquaza, and then from there there wouldn't really be much to block the boosted judgment.
Yeah, and that's gutsy. But I mean, like, you know, if you got nothing left to lose, like, you go for stuff like that because it's funny, right?
Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, go to the championships or whatever, right? Like, I just wanna, I wanna do something. I wanna have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about having fun. Yeah, like that is fucking fire, to be honest. And like, yeah, like it could have been huge. Like, honestly, like, it's just so hard. Like,
you know, like it was.
Person with Zygarde doesn't want to send out Zygarde. It's really hard to fucking deal with it.
Yeah, the thing is, it was. I think if I remember correctly, I didn't even bother keeping notes on this team.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think, like, at this point it would be worth it. But I think this was supposed to, like, set up in front of Tapu Fini.
Yeah.
Because, like, the idea would be, like, you would be locked into a Calm Mind war with Tapu Fini. And then Tapu Fini would try to toxic you and you could refresh it.
Yeah.
And that kind of happened, but it didn't really get used to its full potential, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, like, for sure. Yeah, like, I don't know. Yeah, like, Lilly is, like, really, like, shows, like, almost to a detriment, like, an almost detrimental amount of restraint in terms of deploying Zygarde. Like, she will not send that out until, like, it is time to win with it, or she believes it is time to win with it. And it can be really hard to deal with, like, with just, like, in terms of that stuff, but yeah. This fucking Rayquaza was kind of everybody's favorite, I think. This is the Oopsie Daisy is.
Oopsie Daisy.
I love this. Blunder Policy is one of the funniest fucking items, like, ever.
It's just a really good item, yeah.
Like, it's the only item that does not choice lock you that gives you speed. Like, and that is worth noting.
I mean,
right? Other than berries and shit.
Adrenaline Orb, right?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Adrenaline Orb and berries. Like, but like,
yeah,
come on.
Like...
It's like there's not that many items that do it. Is the point I'm trying to make. And yeah.
Blunder Policy is the funniest one.
It is the funniest one, that's for sure. I was trying to think of ways to utilize Rayquaza's special attack, because its special attack is actually equal to its attack.
Yeah. It's crazy mode.
And we came up with some ideas. We came up with, like me and WAFFLOES, we came up with, like, you know, Power or Meteor Beam, because it gets Meteor Beam. We came up with, you know, like, Agility, Life Orb, and whatnot. A Blunder Policy, out of
I just
all
wait for 1 second, but you can keep going.
Yeah, it was definitely the funniest. I personally really dislike using inaccurate moves. I think it's just, you know, it's infuriating. It's just so aggravating. But Blunder Policy makes it funny.
That's true.
Kind of like it makes it, you know, kind of entertaining. It's sort of I think more rewarding because you actually get something even if you miss, and that made it worth it to me, and I thought it was worth using.
And it's cool.
It is also cool, yeah.
The moveset is also just, like, really funny.
Yeah.
The all special attacks and, like, it's just like the shit you get from, like, the department store.
It is, you know, it's like it's Bolt Beam. It's a Bolt Beam thrower.
Yeah, this is the 12-year-old like 12-year-old, like, I got, like, a money cheat on my action replay and I bought everything at the department store.
I'm a big believer in the idea that sometimes, like, the noob scrub strategy is the best, right? Like, whether that's, you know, 252 EVs, or it's like giving your Pokemon, you know, like, electric, ice, fire coverage. Like, sometimes, you know, the noobs have it right.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty normal Caesar.
Yeah,
I look at it.
Caesar has been the one I've experimented with least over this league. I think.
Yeah, this one has more defense. It's not as much attack.
Yeah.
That's that's fine. The bullet punch is still strong. It's still 150 attack.
Yeah, Scizor is like one of the things I love about it. One of the 101 things that I love about Scizor, is that Scizor, the perfect Pokemon, we all love, is that it's got enough attack that regardless of which stat you sort of invest in, it can still do damage and it can still take hits. And so, regardless of whatever, kind of team you're trying to build, it's very versatile and flexible.
Caesar is my goat.
Best, yeah. But yeah, it's pretty standard.
Yeah, you got this one's Scooby Snack. This one's not Slugs Not Drugs. This one's a different name. It's a different Gastrodon potentially.
Yeah, it's potentially. I have a little aquarium in my room, and I've got maybe half a dozen Gastrodons in there, and they're all eating like leaves and clovers and small flies that I find in my yard. And this is one of them. He's very physically defensive, made with spikes instead of rocks, because we didn't find a lot of rocky Pokemon. Toxic for the more defensive Pokemon. Skull for the physical attackers. Very, very simple.
Of course, yeah.
Gastrodon really is, I think, one of the most consistently useful and dependable Pokemon you can have on your team.
Yeah, Gastrodon rules.
It does rule. It's awesome. It's so cool.
Water Ground is the best typing.
Water Ground,
ever.
Either immune to knockoff or immune to flip turn or whatever. It's just
so
good.
Yeah. I don't know. Who'd you forget, Morgan? I think I know, but
yeah, it's Rayquaza. It's Rayquaza. I almost, my gut instinct was Arc, but then I just looked at Rayquaza's moveset again on top of the Blunder Policy, and I was like, I'm sorry. Refresh Arceus is very funny and kind of cool. Rayquaza is just 10 times funnier. It won on the funny factor.
Yeah. Alright. Thanks for your time. Good shit.
I just realized we didn't say my favorite guy on Lilly's roster, which is Zygarde. I mean, it had to be, right?
Yeah, you won the game.
Wait, that's true!
Oh.
We actually have to say the favorite guy on Ribbon's roster early, because the match against Xrossed is a forfeit.
Yeah, so we will not be seeing a match next week. Yeah, Xrossed decided to just kind of drop back, because, really, that match didn't affect anything. Xrossed versus Ribbon was not going to result in any major changes in the standings by any means. It was not going to make anybody enter playoffs or leave playoffs.
Yeah.
Decided to drop out because he's been dealing with a lot of life stuff, IRL stuff. So he's didn't really have the time to put everything he wanted to into this league, which is fair. It happens. Yeah. Life comes first. But the favorite guy on this whole roster.
Favorite guy on the whole roster? I mean, it's funny. In an Ubers Draft League, it is absolutely not any of Ribbon's Ubers. I think the true all-star of this roster, as some people probably correctly predicted, it's Gastrodon. Every match that Gastrodon went to, Gastrodon was an absolute treat.
Second most kills. 4 kills.
It is the second most kills, and was brought 6 times. Gastrodon, you just
it has doubled the amount of kills as Zashi and Ground.
That's true. Wait, that's true. But yeah, Gastrodon, I mean, in an Ubers environment, being a tier 4 that's able to stand up against the rest of them is it's good. It's good.
It's huge, yeah.
Gastrodon really proved themselves as a fine slug warrior. And my friends, Socks and Rocks, they recently released an expansion called Slug Warriors, and, like, listen, I don't think there's a Gastrodon card, but there should be after this. There should be after this. I think Gastrodon is maybe the finest Slug Warrior I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This part of the stream was not sponsored, by the way, so don't accuse me of pocketing money.
All right, let's move on. And I think it's probably time to do let's do Me vs. Crossed. We were just talking about Crossed, kind of dropping out. This match kind of ties into that, I guess. But let's pull it up.
Yeah.
Getting some slow loading times today on the web pages. Yeah. All right. Pull it up.
All right. So Zekrom lead into Ninetales. Ninetales setting up the sun, getting a Willow on Zekrom. That's pretty big.
But trade a Willow for rocks.
Yeah, Stealth Rock is not great. But Gouging Fire is Boots, does a Stone Edge on Alomomola, but eats a Toxic for its troubles. Outrage into Mola. Chilling Water! Oh my goodness! Piece of pizza. In comes Petcheron. I fucking hate this guy. I hate this guy. I hate looking at him. Well, in comes Arceus. Eats the Stealth Rock damage and Malignant Chain. Chansey comes in. Defog gets rid of the rocks. Ninetales comes back in, trying to set up the sun again. Chansey's like, peace out. Mola comes back out. Eats a Confuse Ray. Does hit with Toxic, though. Confuse Ray is funny as fuck. Slurpuff into Chansey. Pecharunt comes back out on Slurpuff. Aromatherapy is crazy. Oh my god. Gouge comes back out on Pecharunt. Malignant Chain.
Eats the Malignant Chain.
Confuses poor Gouge. And the Protosynthesis boost is just gone. You know, we got no booster energy this league. If you got a Protosynthesis guy, it's gotta be in the sun. In comes Arc. Pecharunt decides to peace out, not without a parting shot though. In comes Pizza Pizza. Toxic move. Judgment. A little wish action. Get scared out. Both get scared out. Arc starts setting up on Slurpuff. And it's looking a little scary. Arc is getting decently powerful. Does eat a Toxic though, so Arc is on a bit of a timer. Judgment insta-kills Slurpuff. Ninetales gets Sun back up. Confuses Arceus, but eats a Judgment. It's dead. Dead as fuck. Dead for days. In comes Arc flying. Arc Ground is no longer confused and gets an Ice Beam off. Is faster, or at least tying for speed. Insta-kills Ursaluna, and it is over. It is fucking over. But Sienna just preserving her differential by sending out Mola. Sending out Zekrom, even. Brazil's revenge. Brazil pissed off that it got taken off of Twitter.
Do a stupid little dance here because I wanted to make sure if it was scarfed or not, and this obviously confirmed it was scarfed.
Yeah.
And it means that I have to play a little meme here to make sure I get the 6-0 because I don't want anything to die. So I kind of just have to chip it down with these chilling waters and let the Toxic do its thing.
Yeah, maybe Sienna's cruelest moment.
Yeah. That's a victory for Big Stall.
Finchinator is watching.
Well, sorry. That's a victory for Big Stall, where a fucking setup sweeper got 5 kills. But
Pigeonator will be unbanning Arceus in the near future.
Yeah. Let me talk about this team. So yeah. Arceus Ground was the first thing that I put on this team because Frost has about like 8 or 9 ground weaknesses and very few ground resists. And I knew I could abuse that, and I knew Calm Mind would just be fucking broken. So like I knew that was the best win condition, but you know, I needed to make sure that things were chipped down and I was taking care of a lot of the scary stuff and making sure that making sure that I wasn't getting, like, you know, overwhelmed by some of the, like, I was trying to prevent lose conditions and, like, create the conditions for my win condition, right?
Yeah.
But you know, Arc's pretty self-explanatory. Judgment Ice Beam is, like, Ground Ice is pretty much the best coverage pairing in the game. It's really fucking good. So, like, you see it a lot from me because it's really fucking good. Like, I like the jerk things like a big. It's kind of a meme among us now, but like it's for me it's like just the most obvious second move to bring most of the time because it hits all of the things that ground is resisted by.
Yeah.
This is we have Chansey here. This is a like heal ball Chansey with like it's pretty normal. I had a bit of Fizz Def here, like mixed like HP Fizz Def to or a little more HP than Fizz Def because I think I was scared of Bloodmoon, Ursaluna Bloodmoon. I wanted to be able to take. There was some threshold I wanted to hit against Ursaluna Bloodmoon and just like wall it. But other than that, pretty normal, like, teleport Chansey. This is Mola. It's Chilling Water. Chilling Water Mola is pretty good in situations where you're not trying to... especially if there is a Fire-type setup sweeper, or if there is a, like, situation where you really just, like, need the consistent drops instead of, like, the burn chance. When you're trying to, like, wall stuff rather than like disable stuff, right? Which is kind of more the MO for stall. So like Chilling Water can be really good on stall structures, which this is definitely mostly a stall structure, just with Arceus Ground attached. We have a Meat Man. Meat Man, he
didn't show up.
He didn't come out of Pokeball. This is an Assault Vest Rillaboom. Basically, the whole idea was this can come in on Ursaluna Bloodmoon and revenge it with Grassy Glide or Woodhammer, and then knock off and U-turn are utility moves that are good at doing good stuff. AV Rillaboom, like, also matched up very well into Primarina. So it was like an emergency check against Calm Mind Prima because it could take like +2 Calm Mind Prima buttons and like smack it with Woodhammer and immediately kill it, right? And it would always be faster. Petch, I mean, it was built to do exactly what you saw it do. It was meant to basically wall gouging fire. And wall zombies into Crowned as well, who didn't show up.
Yeah.
It's very good at that. You know, it needs a little bit of team support to get that done, but like, especially with you know, if it had been Earthquake on the gouging fire, the Rillaboom Grassy Train would have helped a lot in terms of just making it just completely wall it, just like not even close. Yeah, and then Zekrom, Brazil's Revenge here. I named it Brazil's Revenge because there is. I keep sending these Mega Pokemon XY tweets where he says stuff about how like different like celebrities and politicians have obtained different Pokemon. He mentioned Elon Musk getting a Zekrom, so I named it Brazil's Revenge because this was like the day Brazil got banned from Twitter. This is just a total like utility Zekrom. I wanted to get like I literally just threw like the support moves I wanted on here plus Bolt Strike. I wanted Stealth Rock, so I put it on here. I wanted Defog, so I put it on here. I wanted Roar, so I put it on here. Zekrom has a deep utility move pool, and its bulk is good. So it is a useful Pokemon. It really just kind of put up rocks and then didn't do anything else other than take one U-turn from Victini. But that's fine. It really was basically meant to get up rocks and maybe defog them away if things got yucky. You know, sometimes your Uber Duber doesn't need to be the goat here. But what's your favorite guy? What's your favorite guy of these?
I mean, it's Arc. It's Arc.
Yeah.
That the sweep was too clean. As much as I would have loved to say Mola, because Mola did fuck around a little bit, and we love to see Mola fuck around a little bit. Mola's like an unassuming guy who's actually like really good.
Yeah.
Arc though, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You all saw what happened.
Yeah.
You just gotta make it. You gotta make the call sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah. And then if we go over to Cross, like, so the thing is, right, like we were talking about, like, yeah, Cross has a lot of real life stuff going on. Couldn't really dedicate a lot of time to Draft League. If we look at these two pastes, like he just kind of emergency, like just like brought the same team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not really anything
that they're exactly
we can really say, to be honest.
Yeah, like this wasn't built for me.
Yeah.
This was just a team that like he like ran out of time. Like he literally like played that match. Like I need to be like it's like, you know, I got a 6-0, sure, but like it's like he played that match on his phone, and like with a team that he didn't build against me. Like he didn't build for me. While in the middle of all this other shit. So like, you know, no disrespect at all. It just happens. Sometimes life hits you.
Yeah.
You know, he had to play it out. He didn't want to ask for an extension or anything, and I respect that. So just played it out, and you know, it got kind of run over, and that happens.
I will give the favorite Mon to gouging though, because it was the closest to doing something.
Yeah. What's your favorite Mon on the roster though? Because we also Cross is also out here.
It's Crossed time to disappear, unfortunately.
Yeah. Disappear forever. Oh, sorry.
You know, it's been a little bit of a controversial Mon in the world of Generation 9 OU. But I think in general, like, Gouging Fire has been pretty solid on Cross roster. It's just one of those guys that feels like it synergizes well.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe it hasn't... It hasn't had the best performances, but I don't know. Like, especially that match, it's like, god damn it, it fucking tried. It fucking tried. And you know, I didn't want... I don't want all of these to just be the Uber Duber.
Yeah.
Actually, I changed my mind. It's Ursaluna Blood Moon.
I actually was also about to say, yeah, my 2 cents, it's Ursaluna Blood Moon.
I changed my mind. It's Ursaluna Blood Moon. I just remembered what it did.
Like, the most was generally like the most terrifying thing. And it also used Z fake tears one time, which automatically makes it my favorite. So
yeah, I remembered Z fake tears, and I was like, wait, never mind. I was gonna do like a funny haha, like, well, it wasn't a funny haha. I was just like, I respect Gouging Fire and what it's tried to do this league. No, Ursaluna Blood Moon is just too fucking funny with the Z fake tears. That's the greatest shit ever.
Yeah, good shit. Like, salutes to Cross.
Slurpuff was a charming fellow as well. Shout out to Slurpuff.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's get moving along. Let's talk about Bell versus Funyonion. This is a match that
I'm surprised that Funyonion was around to do a match, given what happened last week. But...
yeah, and well, you know, it's It's this actually took place before the events of last week, so
that is true.
You need to keep that in mind. But yeah, let's get Funyonion's battle theme in here because we actually have a Funyonion dub. Let's see how it happened.
10 hours of carefree, royalty-free ukulele music.
You stole my banana.
That's a reference for like old heads only. Alright, so we got the Ting-Lu lead into Squawka-Pretty. Squawka-Pretty immediately going for the Mega. Does a Moonblast that does nothing.
Yeah, well,
Moonblast into Arc, but Arc takes fucking nothing from it. Arc goes for Roar, brings in Polygonabilly. That's my favorite
that's
King
like
Gizzard.
50%. Yeah,
and
Polygonabilly dead.
Kills Polygonabilly.
But a Theist Horse is here now, and that's a positive matchup for this Arc Psychic.
Yeah, a Theist Horse, you know, you gotta respect. You gotta respect.
Yeah. And the body press still not doing a ton to Ting-Lu. Ting-Lu is a beefy fellow.
Yeah, he's fucked up. In comes Lilly Main
on the third body press.
Charizardabilly gets killed by Fluttermane. Mega Squawkabilly comes out, eats a fat Shadow Ball, but gets rid of the spikes.
But dies for staying in.
In comes Shadowbilly. Dies.
Slower. Dies a Shadow Ball.
It's looking bad on Funyonion's end, but Diamond Storm instantly kills Lilly Main. In comes Tinkaton, eats a Bulldoze.
But Gigaton easily kills, even at +2.
It's a Theist Horse against the world.
Funyonion won this game.
Yeah, this is like a game that you look at and you're like, wow, this is fucking doomed. It's just a Theist Horse against the world, but you gotta remember, this is before the SMEARGLE shenanigans happened. This is before a little sabotage happened. And a Theist Horse, you know, he's filled with godly powers.
Yeah. This is a unfortunate, like, hard Lopunny switch. Does get the fake out, and then does U-turn out for quite a bit of damage. Hulk comes in, but doesn't T-Wave before the Hex, doesn't, or Wisp, or whatever. I don't remember I think it was T-Wave. I want to say it was T-Wave.
Yeah.
Get the Dark Pulse in here.
Does not that much to a Theist Horse, but the crit is crazy. Doesn't get a flinch, though. Has not flinched yet. A Theist Horse is just taking all this abuse.
Gets
rid of the other Arc.
Yeah. Yeah.
Judgment doesn't do much to Tinkaton.
Yeah, and so this Thunderwave, this Thunderwave should have been while the Dragapult was still alive, right? Yeah, so that you can just get the Hex and do way more damage, but it was just kind of done out of sequence. Belle's scrambling here. Belle's panicking. She doesn't know how to kill a Theist Horse. Have you ever killed a Theist Horse before? I haven't.
No.
Earthquake happens. A couple full paras. Lucky for Belle, but still at 3 recovers.
Yeah, it's going rough. It's going rough. A Theist Horse just holding on for dear life. Taking Belle on a little bit of a roller coaster.
1 recover. We get a body press in here. Quaking it down.
Yeah, it's a Theist Horse, time to strike.
Para.
Gets parried, though. It's looking bad. Again, how the fuck is Funyonion gonna bring this back? Body press with the crit, though, is crazy. Oh my goodness.
Ting-Lu's done, but Belle...
And
clicks
then
triple axle and misses.
Axel misses. No, you
Make
hate
it
to see it.
1,000% clear. You turn killed there.
Oh my god.
You just killed there. And Bell clicked the one move that would make her lose, basically. Like, Bell clicked the one move that could miss. She didn't even fake out first. She just clicked triple axle. There were a lot of misplays on Bell's end of that game, and that was like... That was just like real choke artistry. I'm not just trying to be too mean to Bell, sorry, but that was choke artistry at its finest, I have to say. You know, at a certain point you gotta calm down and you gotta examine your situation. Like, you cannot be in panic mode all the time.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing about Pokemon, genuinely. But, yeah, like... Yeah, I don't think Bell's around to talk about this match. I don't know if she wants to talk about this match. I probably wouldn't.
I
yeah,
couldn't
like,
blame her.
But I don't know if Bell's around right now, so this is brutal. Like, yeah, like, but also good shit to Funyonion for just playing it out. Like, just, you know, you play the game that's given to you, right? You gotta fight the opponent. You gotta fight based on like the moves they're making, right? Like, you're not fighting an idealized version of your opponent who's making all the right moves. So if they make mistakes, you take advantage of them. You capitalize. And Funyonion capitalized. Funyonion played all those turns right and won. And you gotta fucking respect that.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, let's talk about, let's, let's talk about Funyonion's team first.
Yeah, I'm assuming Funyonion might not be around. We have not
Vengeance.
We've not heard many updates from Funyonion since. I mean, we saw Funyonion in
Funyonion was here a little bit earlier, but you know.
But listen, I'm not fucking trusting SMEARGLE. I know that was fucking SMEARGLE.
It could be a SMEARGLE situation. I mean, this quote-unquote Funyonion did say that the ideal Iron Bundle moveset is Sketch, 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 Flamethrower.
That's SMEARGLE. SMEARGLE.
Yeah, so I'm not really into it, but yeah, let's talk about this. We got Arc Psychic, Theist Horse. I mean, we're well acquainted with this set. I have no idea where these EVs came from. It was probably like a WAFFLOES joint venture. Yeah. With Funyonion, I would imagine, but like, I mean, they did the job clearly. Clearly, it was just strong enough and just bulky enough to do the job, that it did, which was reverse 6-0, despite not even having like a setup move or anything. Charizard abilities here is speed boost. This is not a Swords Dance set on the Blaziken. But it is protect to get the speed boost. I guess just trying to like run Life Orb, just poke some holes, and you know, live fast and die hard, right?
Yep.
So, you know, that's real. Squawk Pretty is here. The Bulldoze is really interesting. I wonder if that was specifically for Tinkaton. Because it's kind of like, I think it might be the only coverage move it really gets against it. And this isn't, I guess maybe it was for Arc Poison as well. It kind of makes sense to try and juice the odds of those matchups that it's not really favored in a little more. Jirachi too, I suppose. Yeah. But pretty interesting. Otherwise, like Diamond Storm Moonblast is super normal. This move order's fucked up though. Yeah. Once again, this is Z Conversion Porygon. It didn't attempt to do Z conversion in the game. It might have actually like lived the if it hadn't been hard switched in, or if it had tried to press Z conversion, it might have actually been able to like live that kind of sled bomb to a KO. But unfortunately, we didn't get to see Polygon ability do anything. And you know what? I think it's because this set didn't have charge on it.
That's true.
It's the best move. We also have Pads Marshadow here, with Rock Tomb, Technician Rock Tomb from Ultras, which is quite cool. And like Pads, I'm assuming is definitely for the Moltres, like for the Flame Body, not getting Flame Bodied, which is super smart. Moltres Flame Body can be brutal sometimes. Sometimes it is a game ruiner, genuinely.
Yeah.
If you've played OU recently, that shit happens sometimes, and it sucks. But yeah, like really good Marshadow set. It didn't do like a ton because it kind of stayed in when it really shouldn't have, because it was slower. But you know, these things happen. You know, the biggest thing about this team is that it didn't really have a switch into Flutter main, which is like a lot of people don't have that, to be fair. But
very hard to have in this world.
Guy. And then Corv, this is body press, but there's no iron defense. Thank you. Thank you, Funyonion, for no body press. Or for no iron defense. For like no iron press Corv. I hate the iron press Corv. Mega Squawk ability, you know, he learns and grows. And Rocky Helmet is quite nice item indeed. But you know, that's about it for that. Funyonion's team. Let's talk about Bell's team really quick. I obviously prepped Bell, as I have done all but 1 week. And yeah, this is like a pretty normal like kind of structure for Bell. We brought Gigaton because it really matches up super well into DNC, because like Gigaton Hammer destroys DNC and then it mold breakers on the magic bounce with Stealth Rock and Thunderwave, so it just really doesn't care about DNC's life at all. And the knockoff is just a good utility move. Obviously, spreading para is good. Tinglu, we had the Earthquake and then Earthquake Spice Whirlwind. This is fucking Tinglu. This is normal Tinglu. This is
yeah,
I think Bell could have used Protect a little more to get extra turns of leftovers recovery, especially in like that like 1v1 against Arceus. We didn't really see any of that, and I think that didn't quite help her situation, but you know, it happens. Tinglu, you know, the EVs were kind of specific, but they were not like anything crazy. But it's just, Tinglu does his job, you know.
Yeah, Tinglu
he's got crazy
does
stats.
As Tinglu will.
He's got crazy fucking stats. We got Mega Lopunny. Normal moves on it, pretty much. Pick out close combat U-turn, always come pretty much. And then Triple Axle is a like bonus move. It was mostly there for Zygarde in case of Zygarde emergency. Bell clicked it for no reason.
It happens.
It happens. But you know, Mega Lopunny is just fucking good. And Mega Lopunny plus Fluttermane is just really scary. Like they're a very scary duo. Fluttermane. What can I say? Moonblast, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt. I don't remember why Draining Kiss was the fourth move, and I don't really think it matters, because like you can bring fucking whatever fourth move you want with Fluttermane. It's all made up anyways.
It's true.
I think it was just in case, like, you know, we could kill with it and get a little bit of extra healing or something. Like, it's just like, okay, sure. Draining Kiss, fine. Yeah, like, Fluttermane is the fucking kill leader of this entire league for a reason. It is a... Bell not having that many wins, like, Fluttermane is just a fucking monster. It is so strong.
You have to fucking respect it.
Yeah. Heart Poison, pretty normal, like, bulky set. Sled Bomb, Dark Pulse, Recover Roar. Dark Pulse, obviously, to hit the Theist Horse, there, and then Sludge Bomb is just kind of the stab move. You know, hits mostly everything. Roar in case of a Calm Mind incident, potentially, or another setup sweeper, scary setup sweeper situation. And Dragapult, Draco Hex will Wisp U-turn. Just kind of a standard utility-ish pulse set. Hex could do stuff if like Thunderwave had been spread earlier, or it can wisp down like physical threats and then hex them or what have you. And it generally had some defensive use. And yeah, that's the team. Do you have a favorite guy on that team?
I gotta give it to Tinglu. I think Tinglu tried his damn best. You know, it was a little bit of like a Theist horse really kind of fucked up everybody really badly.
Yeah.
But god damn it, Tinglu was trying. You can't blame a guy when he's a little down. You know, he fucking tried.
I also don't think we chose a favorite guy for the last one, but it was a Theist horse.
It was
right?
a Theist horse.
Yeah. Like that's like he did he won the game. He did everything. He did like that was the like reverse 6-0. Come on, you can't. Yeah, but yeah, Tinglu, he did his best. He was a stalwart defender of Bell's team, but he just couldn't quite. He couldn't quite win. But yeah,
it happens.
Good shit to both players. Ray is now in the audience. We can do Ray's game. What the fuck was Ray's game even? It was Ray versus it's Ray versus Steven. Yeah, okay. Let's pull this up. So this is the fated match. So okay, for anybody who's not aware, Ray goes by, and this is not like a secret or anything. I'm not doxing. Like Ray's like first name is Steven. Okay? Ray goes by his middle name, which is Ray. But this is a Steven versus Steven duel, functionally. Okay, we all met Ray as Steven. He started going by Ray more. But this is a Steven versus Steven duel. So on some level, this is a clash to see who's the true warrior of all time.
Yeah.
So it is, the stakes are high. But this is like kind of like we had the Lilly versus Lilly in the last league, but this is kind of similar. Let's see what happens here.
So we got the Adams family leading into Groudon to immediately get rid of Sun. Crazy shit. And Adams family.
Get the Veil up and just Blizzard and just immediately destroy the Groudon.
Oh my god, immediate momentum in Ray's favor. Clef comes in, eats Aura Sphere like it's fucking nothing. Holy shit. Toxic does nothing to Crobat, but like, what a fucking show that was.
Yeah. Poison Fang comes in. Poison Fang, kind of an underrated move. It's like a 50% Toxic chance or something. It's kind of nuts. So we got Toxic on the...
Toxic on now.
Yeah.
Walking Wake is
one
in,
with Helen
knocks off Clef's leftovers. That's not nothing.
Oh.
Crobat eating...
Heal Bell gets rid of the para, gets rid of the poison.
Defog gets rid of rocks, but Clef is going for a wish. In comes Lilligant, good old Lilligant, but in comes Monkey Dory, who is attempting to beat the fraud allegations. You know, he had that one match.
Yeah.
Does do good damage to Arc. In comes fucking Lilligant again. Oh my god, does 50%, but it doesn't matter because of Wish! Oh my god!
No Toxic Chain yet.
Ray is playing a little bit of footsies here.
Palm Mine's up. Steven's screaming in the chat.
Yeah, Steven is not happy about this. Lilligant immediately gets dropped. Crobat going for a Brave Bird. It's not even a fucking bird. Blaziken comes in. Ray just, like, heals up on Blaziken. Oh my goodness. And it's actually, like, a little bit, like, probably should have just gone for the move.
Blaziken comes in here and is going crazy. Shadow Claw does 79, but
Hex
bringing
does 80. Holy shit!
Shadow Claw does a lot,
but Rocky Helmet. Fucking Rocky Helmet. Roar, I guess. And it's looking bad for Steven. It's looking bad for Steven. Judgment does good damage to Clef, but now Arc is fucking poisoned.
Yeah. Knock off, but forgets that it was already knocked and then takes a Moonblast. And then takes the special attack drop, which is brutal.
Yeah, Hydra's team does fuck all.
Decides the flamethrower, hoping that'll do more. No. Personally, that special attack drop was too much, and Blaziken is just down so low. But honestly, 37% is still kind of crazy there, I'm not gonna lie. It's all with the Arceus Ghost. But it's not looking so good.
Arceus Wash comes in on Arceus Ghost, gets a nice wish, and now Arceus Wash is just going for Calm Mind. This is just mean.
Yeah, just Calm Mind it up and just recovering. Cause what the fuck is Steven gonna do? And it's a 6-0, so you know. I mean, Steven might have to change his name, I'm not gonna lie. We'll have to figure it out. We'll figure out the logistics at some point, but you know, for now, let's just talk about this team. Let's bring Ray in here and let's talk about this team. Yo, epic Battleborn heroes.
Yeah, well, let me see if I can find the. I need to recite the original tweet for that. Might be a while back here now. This game feels like it was ages ago, but it wasn't that long ago at all.
Yeah. Well, time flies when you're doing stuff.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot more stuff lately.
Yeah.
Been getting into stuff recently.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with Arceus here.
Yeah.
136 Timid was really useful for outspeeding Lilligant and unspeed boosted Blaziken, which I just recovered on, which not a great recover, but yeah. I was able to salvage it.
Yeah.
And it's just a really good utility mod in pretty much any matchup. I feel like especially here it had the snowball potential with Calm Mind. Same with the both offensive and defensive potential with Calm Mind here.
Yeah.
Because if I pull up Steven's roster, give me a second. Yeah, it was being able to get the special defense boost was really good utility against Wake and Reshiram, since Arc Water would resist one of their stabs and would be able to take a Draco at +1, maybe even +0. Yeah, overall it's Arceus Water. It's it's really good.
Yeah.
Giratina. So, looking back, I probably shouldn't have really brought Aurisphere on it. I probably should have just gone with Draco to, because the big thing about it is that it was a really good defensive counter to both of Blaziken's stabs, even though Blaziken does get the coverage for it. And Draco would have been a better way to just remove it immediately in that situation, as opposed to having to go to Swampert for the Rocky Helmet.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Spreading status was a pretty big part of my strategy here, which Wisp was primarily for Bisharp, which I figured if it did get brought, it would have come in pretty confidently on Giratina, and also Lilligant. Other
than that, pretty straightforward set. The 24 speed is for like, what is that for? I think max speed Bisharp.
Yeah, that would make sense. That sounds right in my head.
Yeah, I brought a special clef this game, just because I figured I already had things that could come in very easily on the main physical threats on this roster, with like Blaziken, Groudon, and Lilligant. So I only special to come in more easily on Arc Ghost, potentially Reshiram as well, or Reshiram, whatever, I don't know, and Walking Wake.
Yeah.
And Heal Bell just because, like, I kind of figured that, first of all, Steven's brought like the same Groudon set every single game, and it has Thunder Wave. And I figured that combined with, like, him probably having Toxic on one or two things would make Heal Bell really good. And also Toxic because it comes in really well against Arc Ghost. And I knew Arc Ghost was probably going to be running Aura Sphere for Gambit.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't really have coverage for Clef.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's just a really straightforward Swampert set with Helmet.
Yep.
It's the Swampert set.
Swampert has a few moves that it likes to use, and 3 of them are Stealth Rock, Flip Turn, and Earthquake. And then he can do like Knock Off or Protect or Toxic, and that's, you know, he's just a simple guy. He's just a simple guy.
He knows what he's about.
What can you say?
He's just a sexy guy. I think the grill game will really appreciate it.
Yeah, Monkey Dory, Scarf Monkey Dory returns.
Yeah, I just really like bringing this thing. I don't know. Even if it hasn't gotten a whole lot of use yet, I feel like the threat of being able to pivot on things and threaten Toxic at the same time in this format where Toxic is already as good as it is really strong.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Also really good switch into either of Lilligant's stabs, considering it also outspeeds it by 1.
For sure. Yeah. And then you have Bombasnow here. Bombasnow, like, meant to counter Lilly, but didn't come out of its Pokeball in that game, but it actually did, it did work here. It poked Groudon and got Veil up, which was super helpful early game.
Yeah, I wanted Veil just because, like, the numbers on, like, Specs Reshiram are so scary.
Yeah.
I didn't like them.
Yeah.
It's just good utility in general. And I knew that the only thing that one Groudon set could really do to Abomasnow was Thunder Wave it, so it would get a pretty free opportunity to set up Veil.
Yeah, and just like the moves are so strong. Like the Blizzard is so strong.
It's really strong.
It's a strong guy. Yeah, like I don't know. Overall, like, I mean, what can we say? You got the 6-0. You was,
I'm happy with how it went.
Kind of went your way. Yeah. What's your favorite guy, Morgan?
I gotta be honest. It's gotta be Abomasnow. I mean,
that's fair.
That thing just like shat on Groudon so hard. Obviously, like the game really went to Arc, but like, Abomasnow, like the lead is really important. In like, especially in like a Ubers format, the lead is very important. You don't want to get fucked up like turn 1. And like Abomasnow just like fucking
literally immediately got rid of Sun. Immediately got rid of Sun, got a Veil, and fucking destroyed it and killed Groudon in one hit. Like that is so much to do.
It was fucking crazy.
This is a 6-0, but everyone got like at least a little bit of a chance to shine.
Yeah. It was a cool game, yeah. They're like overall, like good shit. Like, thanks for your time.
Yeah.
All right. Moving right along. We got to look at Steven's team. Steven's Universe. Yeah, so this is the Groudon set that's come like every week. I'm pretty sure it's the same. Yeah.
Yep.
the mystery Pokemon is gone this time, which is a good sign.
That is probably because it escaped containment. I gotta be real.
Can I be hopeful for 1 second?
Sorry.
Yeah,
we've had a better vibe this stream, but I'm still a little frightened. I just noticed 3 HP on Crobat. Can we talk about 3 HP?
249 speed.
That's
okay,
awesome.
So here's the thing. This objectively doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Because you have 510 EVs, right?
Yeah.
But you have 508 that are usable. So that actually is just if the target was 248 speed and like whatever is like just, I mean the 3 HP is like, I guess it's not there, it's not getting used, right? But it's like it doesn't really matter very much is the point I'm trying to make.
It doesn't matter, but it is funny.
The speed target is hit and the attack target is hit, and then the dump EVs, and then there's 3 HP here for no real reason. And that's fine, and it's pretty funny. I don't really know if that was on purpose or what it was. I don't know. Lilligant Hisui's here. This is actually a different Lilligant set. It's not the same like Victory Dance one with like fucking it's not like the same like Victory Dance one with like Defog and shit. It's it's a different set. Choice Band, it's a neutral nature. I think you forgot the set of nature. But it's like Poison Jab, Leaf Blade, Close Combat, Ice Spinner. Totally normal Lilligant set. That's like Lilligant's like, I mean like on a Choice Band set, that is like the 4 moves you want really. Like on like a Victory, like obviously otherwise you want Victory Dance over like Poison Jab, but yeah, like that's totally what you want on like a Choice Band set. Walking Wake, this is like a leftovers Walking Wake. He accidentally made it Jolly. Oopsie daisy, but you know, pretty normal. Not a lot to say. Leftovers Wake is a little interesting, but it's totally valid. I mean, Wake's bulk is not bad at all.
Yeah.
If we like look at it, it's like what? It's 99, 91, 83. That's totally good bulk. You know, putting that a little bit to use, running leftovers makes sense. Especially if forces switches, I can get some extra leftovers turns. Arceus Ghost, there's just 3 attacks recover. 252 special attack modest.
This
like fast.
is a certified jerk moment.
Yeah. And
wow, that came out really well.
Got the CC, Shadow Claw, Flare Blitz, Sword Dance. I'm not a fan of this move order, but it's besides the point. You know, it totally normal. No Protect is like tough, but yeah, like you in this situation, yeah, you got to take the SD over the Protect. And like it definitely looked scary there for a second for Ray. Like Blaziken was definitely like on the verge of doing a lot.
Yeah.
Like you know, it could have gotten messy. Yeah, overall, you know, good shit. I'm glad to see some different stuff like towards the end of this league from Steve, and I'm glad he's not completely out of steam. What's your favorite guy?
My favorite guy? I mean, I gotta give it to Blaziken, because Blaziken did like apply a lot of pressure. Blaziken could have been fucked up for Ray. Like, could have absolutely rocked his shit. But in the end, you know, sometimes you're at the top of the world and sometimes you're at Planet Wings. And it happens.
Yeah. Alright. What other games do we have left? Was that the last one, or we?
I thought we had one more.
Tristana. We have Tristana versus Mike. That is the final game of the night.
Yeah, considering how long those first 2 games were, we've been breezing by the rest of them.
Yeah, we're at 3 hours, which is like well under what a lot of these streams have been.
Especially last one.
Yeah, you know, this is fairly breezy stream. So yeah, let's get this going. We got Tristana Mike. This is always a tricky song, so let me make sure it's. It's probably good. It might be a little quiet, but I like this one being a little more quiet because otherwise the vocals make it distract me and make it hard for me to think. Yeah.
Tristana also requested to be added when it's her turn to go up.
Yeah.
So we got the Araquanid Shuckle lead. Sticky Web immediately going up on Mike's side. But now we got the double Sticky Web, which basically means that, like, this doesn't matter except for the boots, guys.
Yeah.
But Liquidation, Araquanid is able to overwhelm Shuckle. Uh-oh, here comes P. Jackin, though.
Yeah, gets rid of it, but for some reason he uses Spider Web there, and just kind of a sack. Palkia is at -1 now, but still definitely in position to just, like, make moves, press buttons. Lugia,
the Great Wall, coming in. Does a little Aeroblast. Doesn't do too much. Thunderbolt hits for pretty good damage on Lugia, but
with
able to
Thunderous
just
comes
recover
in
it
now.
off.
T-Waves the Lugia, which is pretty nice.
Whirlwinds into Tusk.
Nice position to just spin that away. Does die to the Aeroblast, but that's probably a fair trade.
Yeah.
Palkia is in position now. And enough full paras here, and it's just curtains for Mike. Yeah, 2 full paras, just killing that Lugia. Metagross comes in on the Judgment. Mega evolves and gets rocks up. Brick Breaks. This forces a little bit of a tricky situation for Mike. Is he gonna try to spin? Well, he's slower anyways, so whatever. But that's a lot of helmet chip. But it's a really slow moon.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Why is it slower than Metagross?
Yeah. I mean, Metagross is 110, but, like, that's a really slow moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Val comes in, just clicks close combat real quick. Physical Val. And now Lucaria is the only one left. Bullet Punch just destroys Val.
Yeah, just fucking annihilates that dude. That dude got eliminated.
Stone Edge miss. Stone Edge miss and a Focus Blast hit. Yeah. You know, there were a little bit of hacks that game. Definitely some RNG that didn't go Mike's way, but, you know, overall, you know, we'll play game to both players. Let's talk about this. Talk about Tristana's team first. So I'm bring Tristana in here. Yo.
This battle was interesting.
Yeah.
I was very, very, very terrified of Roaring Moon while team built.
Yeah, it was very, very fortunate that it was that slow for you.
Yeah, I was I was preparing for Scarf the entire time.
Yeah, because it'd have been Scarf like every other time. Yeah, like yeah. It's like talk about this. I got like Helmet Araquanid. I didn't work on this team that much. Like I talked to you about this team like a bit. Like we didn't like I was not that heavily involved on this one. I was, to my recollection, I did suggest a couple things I recall, but I don't remember what they are at this point. It's been a little bit since this game happened. Yeah, we have the Funyonion there. Yeah, like that's just, you know, pretty normal like webs like lead set.
Yeah, I like leading with webs has been really nice. Every time I've been scared about speed, I just kind of plop it on there.
Yeah, and like it's been effective for sure. Like for all the a thing. But yeah.
Helmet being on Araquanid taught me that Infestation is a special contact move.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I frankly didn't think they existed.
Yeah, there are just a couple. There's Infestation, there's Draining Kiss are both special. Oh, for some reason, Grass Knot is a contact move also.
Oh yeah,
keep that in mind. But yeah, like you've got 2 special contact moves on this team. Wow. But yeah, yeah, like Spiderweb, like nice little trapping thing for like anti lead stuff. Like it could have been good to get into Shuffle. It didn't do that much in the end, but you know it.
Yeah, I thought Spiderweb would have kept trapping like Infestation does, or would, I guess, but I completely misunderstood.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. Yeah, there's trying to look at our DMs to see what we talked about. So yeah, we have this extra belt Val is like just like SD Val, like I mean like really kind of just came in and clicked a fat CC and left, which is like, you know, you gotta respect it.
I always forget how, I guess, potent close combat is. Every time I'm like looking at calcs, I'm like, well, I guess this close combat is a 2-hit KO on literally everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's like big stuff. So yeah, like looking at stuff. Yeah, like we had this Metagross. Yeah,
Very
I was talking about
Metagross.
like. Yeah. I think we were talking about maybe doing some weird stuff with it, but I don't think any of it got kind of implemented because I don't think we had enough time to like talk about it. Because I was like a little worried about Floette Eternal into this team, but it didn't come, thankfully.
Yeah,
Floette Eternal is freaky. Light of Ruin's a freaky move.
I was kind of just betting on being able to click Media Mash on it, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, like
regular Palkia.
Yeah. Regular fucking Palkia. Not weird, not different, not special.
Does the
job. I mean, it is special. It's a special attacker, but like, I mean, Palkia always does its work. Palkia has been one of the most consistently strong like Uber Dubers in this entire league. Like, it has done a lot. I think it's like one of the kill leaders. That's 10 kills.
Yeah.
If we look at the kill counts tab, which we have a kill counts tab on the sheet now. If we actually tab over, Faye just made this. Faye just decided to make this. And it's pretty cool. It shows like the kill leaders here. Yeah, so like Palkia is the number. This would be number 6 filler in the league. Yeah, so it's that's like, you know, pretty. I mean it's damn good. It did quite a lot. So yeah, like, you know, he's been goated. I have been enjoying Palkia. It feels like 2 Arceuses to me. On some level, yeah. And as a result, Arceus kind of keeps not getting brought. But that's also because Arceus Grass just keeps looking bad against certain things. So it's weird.
Yeah, it's a shame.
But, couldn't get a slightly better Arceus, but it happens. Got Fizdef Tusk. This was the one thing that was definitely my input. I was like, yeah, we need Fizdef Tusk. Like, is probably the best like check to Roaring Moon. Because, you know, it resists the dark moves, and then it you know, it's just physically defensive enough, and then it fights back with close combat. So, you know, it can really smack it away. No Terra flying for it to fucking turn the tables on Great Tusk here. So.
Yeah.
It can just kind of do its job. But I definitely said, like, Fizdef Tusk, like, just makes sense. But Rapid Spin, all the moves, like, knock off here, because like knocking off Lugia is really good to do. But it didn't end up needing to be knocked off because of a little bit of luck.
A little bit of luck. I was like freaking out about the full powers a little bit.
Yeah.
when I was clicking Focus Blast, I was like, I'm nervous when I'm hitting this after the matches. But I managed.
Yeah, and then Thunderous also kind of just came in for a second and just made his little cameo. He just he got a nice Thunder Wave on Lugia, and then he got that Focus Blast on dodged the Stone Edge and got that Focus Blast on the Lucario, which was pretty clutch.
Also with the Lucario, I always forget how strong a bullet punch is from that thing.
Lucario is juiced to hell like that. But yeah, like overall, I mean, yeah, like any like final thoughts?
I don't know. It was a relatively standard team. I think.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily an issue, but the thing with my roster is that there's a lot that you could just bring and it's solid and it works as is. So.
Yeah, and a lot of the there is actually a good amount of Pokemon variety. Like you're almost always gonna have like Palkia and Metagross because that's kind of your like main offensive duo. But like a lot of the other slots are like interchangeable, but like the sets continue to be kind of similar because they're just it's just a lot of consistently good guys that do the same thing but well like every time.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah. Who's your favorite guy, Morgan?
I think I gotta give it. You know, this is honestly a little tough because it's a game where it feels like everybody put in a little bit of work.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with a goofy pick. I'm picking Araquanid. I think like the Araquanid is like, I don't know, the fact that it's like the double sticky web leads into each other and Araquanid just being like better equipped for it. Like you have to respect.
Yeah, that's funny.
You have to respect the spider.
Yeah.
We have to respect the spider.
And I mean,
that is another thing. I was terrified of going against Shockle Lead, and I managed. So.
Yeah. 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 Like I don't know. Like good shit. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Bye bye. Oh, and Hazel's here. I assume Hazel would like to talk about Mike's team. So let's talk about Mike's team with Hazel.
Greetings.
Hi, Sauzels. Hello.
Yeah. So again, there's a lot I don't remember here. I do remember suggesting the going webs this time because just there was a lot that Lucario did while outspeeding everything. There was a point where like he did some of his own building and then like Lucario like left the team and Chuckle was still there. I'm like, what is happening here? It was still like DD Moon, like what is Webs doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But I mean that aside, he also really wanted to do power split on Shuckle. Which I talked him down from. I was like, okay, Infestation Toxic has a chance to remove something, like especially some of the removers. I was just like, okay, Encore or Rocks is just gonna do way more than Power Split. And I mean that slot didn't end up getting clicked anyway, so like whatever, but it was just a little goofy. The biggest worry for like all of this was Mega Metagross. That thing was really scary. It's like the most fortunate thing is that like Brick Break is not very strong.
Yeah.
Even off of tough claws. And also, I'm surprised Tristana found room for Stealth Rock and still made Metagross do work, because I was thinking it's like, it wants... Because we were thinking, okay, it's gonna want, like, Meteor Mash or Heavy Slam for, like, most stuff. There's some Steel Weak. It's gonna want Fangs for Amoonguss. It's gonna want Brick Break for Lucario and Roaring Moon and Treads mostly. It's gonna want Bullet Punch for priority, and it's gonna want, like, what was it? Not Earthquake. There was another move where it's just like, oh, it's good that if it can't fit this in. And I'm just totally blanking on.
Tristana said Psychic.
Oh yeah,
Fangs?
Knockoff, I think.
Oh no.
I already said Fangs.
Yeah.
It was Knockoff. It couldn't fit Knockoff. If it had those things. I thought Brick Break was gonna be the one that was given up, but that didn't end up being the case. And it was both Knockoff and Bullet Punch were dropped in favor of Stealth Rock. I wasn't expecting that at all. Yeah, there was some goofy stuff in that match. Both people played quite well. I remember during the match thinking like, "Oh, Mike, why are you doing this right now?" or whatever. Or yeah, it was like the Roaring Moon into Metagross. It just wasn't doing anything. That being adamant instead of timid or jolly might be like my bad, but I don't know. I forget whether or not I suggested this was, I think, mostly done in voice. So, this Arceus was all Mike's doing. I was skeptical of no recover, and I don't know. It just kind of, I forget how it died, but I think it just kind of got destroyed anyway.
Yeah. It's I think it just got like meteor.
Oh, it just got close combated.
Or close combated, yeah. Oh yeah. It just got close combated.
Yeah. And yeah. Crunch just kind of died getting a Stealth Rock up that I don't think needed to be up.
Yeah. That was a dubious little line of play with Treads, I think.
Yeah. We didn't have okay, Lucario had Stone Edge. That was for I guess that was for Thundurus.
Yeah, and sadly it missed the missed the differential saving Stone Edge.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, cause it would I would not have won that game, but like it would have definitely gotten the differential.
Yeah. Yeah, Palkia Origin Speed Tier is just too... Yeah, that was the other thing, is just like...
Yeah, like...
That was mostly why I wanted webs, is just like...
Yeah.
Get Palkia, cut that thing down to speed.
Yeah,
and
like...
Metagross.
Mike made the conscious, like, during trades and stuff, Mike made the, like, conscious, like, choice to just be like, yeah, like, I don't care that much about outspeeding Arc. But that came with the consequence of, oh god, I'm not outspeeding Palkia Origin.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Yeah. When did the... Oh yeah, Tusk made the web... Yeah, that was a definitely an appropriate trading Tusk for getting rid of webs. Yeah. Yeah, Moon had like Then Headbutt for Tusk and Valiant.
I don't know, like, overall, like, Mike played well, Tristana played well.
Yeah.
I think that Tristana just kind of was one step ahead most of the game, and had a little bit of luck on her side, and that just, you know...
Yeah, the full paras were... I think that kind of really turned things around, because...
Yeah.
Arceus being... Or not Arceus, Palkia being lower health would have changed things a lot.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, like
even if you just decided to never click recovery, if those were both Aeroblasts, that was like bullet punch range.
Do you remember why this was 0 special attack shuffle?
I don't know. I literally told him Infestation is a special move, I'm pretty sure. Oh, maybe he was doing it for Power Split, I guess. I don't...
God, he wanted to do this Power Split shit, and then he abandoned it.
Yeah.
Pretty funny, but yeah. Overall...
I don't know, yeah.
Overall, a good game. I remember being more, like, kind of like, what are you doing, Mike, during the game too? But, like, yeah, like, I think overall everything was reasonable.
Yeah.
But yeah. Who's your favorite guy, Morgan?
Yeah. My favorite guy on the team? I mean, See, again, it's tricky because it feels like everybody did a little bit of something. And I can't just give it to Shuckle, because Shuckle took the L a little bit in that lead matchup. I'm going to give it to Lucario. Because Lucario was probably the guy that made it closest for Mike to win.
I mean, like, I guess. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. He missed the Stone Edge, though.
Yeah.
That he did fuck up there, but like...
Yeah, there were, I mean, a lot of guys, like, dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, like, good shit. Like, yeah. Thanks for coming in and talking about, like, Mike's stuff.
Get that thing close away from me.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Alright. So let's finish up here. Let's look at the rankings. You know what, first, let's take a little look at this kill counts tab. I mean, we looked at it for a second, but let's take a little look at it. They put so much work into it. I would feel like we would be remiss not to look at it for a second. We're on good time right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got so Flutterman is the overall kill leader. I mean, it's tied with Arceus normal, but it's come to 7 games instead of 8. So Flutterman is expected to, like, you know, once it's more kills per game, right? So it's the overall kill leader. You know, these are the 12 kill guys. We got the 11 kill guys right under My Art Ground, and Lilly's Zygarde complete. Right under that, Arc Water, Palkia, who are exactly tied, the same kills per game, spot the same times. You know, then Ultra Rayquaza, and then right under we have Azumarill coming in, and Chiyu, who are in kind of a similar spot. Azumarill 8 kills in 3 games, crazy
Azumarill
stuff.
Is
2.67.
Important to note, Azumarill is the first non-Uber.
Yeah, like 2.67 kills per game. That's crazy. You know, like he has the same amount of kills, but it's the kills per game, right? So you know, if you're looking at those two stats, it's just kind of nuts. You go down, you know, there's a lot of guys here. You know, a lot of guys here. I want to point out some kind of interesting ones. Like we have like Lucario here, who's at 7 kills in 3 games, 2.33 kills per game. That's pretty damn good.
Look at King Gambit.
Easy, just like so. King Gambit. This is the most notable, like, funny stat of all of it. King Gambit has come to 1 game and gotten 6 kills. King Gambit. So King Gambit has 6 kills per game. King Gambit is by far the leader in terms of kills per game.
Yeah, I just realized my PNG tuber is in the way of that stat. Whoops.
Yeah. Yeah. We have yeah, we have like Shaman Sky to the side here. Well, like 2 kills per game. We got other interesting guys. Let's look at.
It takes a while before you see my name, which is funny.
Yeah. Darmanitan is super interesting. We got the 2.5 kills per game because he's kind of godlike like that. 2 games, 5 kills, really good.
He's quite.
Yeah, and then we have. I'm gonna go down further. Like some more interesting ones. We have like some more dire stats, like 0.43 kills per game from Steven's Groudon and Eve's Arc Dark. I wouldn't really call these dire in the sense that they're problems, like because like especially Eve Arc Dark, that's been more of a Gloomon. It hasn't really been going for a ton of kills, and it's definitely done good stuff.
Yeah.
A couple guys been brought twice, gotten 1 kill each time. Pretty good. You go down further. Oh, here we are. Zacian Krent has 0.29 kills per game. Tied with Lilly's Arceus Steel. But that is more of a blue one. I don't think this is the lowest kills per game though. That would be some of the Pokemon that have gotten no kills and stuff like that. We have a bunch of guys over here. Go through a bunch of this stuff. Not too many overly interesting guys in this area. And we go down, and here's just a bunch of guys who just haven't gotten any kills. This is the no kills club. And Sauzels is nowhere near the no kills club because every one of Sauzels' Pokemon has gotten a kill.
Which of my guys are in the no kills club?
You got Cloyster, Mega Pidgeot, Gligar.
Pidgeot and Gligar makes sense. Cloyster makes me really sad.
To be fair, Cloyster's only come to 1 game.
I really haven't found like a good moment for Cloyster, and it's really upsetting. It just doesn't exist this league.
I know. But yeah. So that's just a quick scroll through that. They put the time into making this, and I think it's super cool. So I wanted to show it off. Now we can talk about the current rankings. This is slightly not up to date because I think Funyonion and Steven might not have been marked down, but because that did happen like right before our stream. But we are now at we're more or less like we're going into week 8 now. We're week 7. Our playoffs are mostly finalized.
It's just me and WAFFLOES.
These 7 are pretty much confirmed for playoffs, and now it's the WAFFLOES versus Morgan battle for who makes it in.
It's literally it has to be like the scenario is I have to beat Bell, and WAFFLOES has to lose against Tristana. And that's the only way I get in. And listen, I had some fucking impossible odds happen to me last time to get me into playoffs. And I like
this is way less impossible.
It
to be clear.
It is. But I am scared. But if I don't get into playoffs, I can at least feel good that I feel like overall I played better this league. I think like I had like those really unfortunate like losses, but I feel like the wins were like very much like
you had some high quality wins, that's for sure.
I had higher highs this league and lower lows, I think. But it could be higher if I just beat Bell.
Yeah. So like overall, that about ends the stream. We haven't had any like SMEARGLE incidents tonight. Hopefully that continues into week 8. I mean, knock on wood, right?
Yeah.
But thanks everybody for tuning in. I gotta go like reseal all the all the different like steel mechanisms and like doors and stuff in our fortified compound and make sure it's like airtight so that no like SMEARGLE particles can get inside. So, you know, I'm gonna go take care of that, Morgan. I'm gonna leave it up to you to finish up this stream, and you know, thanks for joining me once again. No problem. Have a good night, stream. Bye bye.
Good bye. All right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed Draft League for the night. It seems like it went off without a hitch. Pretty much. It was quick, too. I was not expecting, especially because we started late, we're, like, finishing pretty much midnight on the dot. That's earlier than I thought. I thought this was gonna go near 1 a.m. again. Maybe even later. But, I mean, honestly, it was kind of, like... It's a weird week, because it's, like... It really did not affect the standings at all. There wasn't really any, like, one event that was like, this changes everything. Really, everything is the exact fucking same. And that thing is that I'm in a bit of a situation. We'll see what happens, though. Morgan Nation, it's not over till it's over, but it might also be over. We don't know yet. I appreciate everybody's patience, by the way. I wanted to do this last night, but I had a really bad headache. Dude, my dogs woke me up super fucking early, and just, like, I thought I would, like, bounce back from it, and then I just never did. It was so bad. Dude, those freaking uppies. It's okay. I'm doing okay. I wanted to do a TF2 stream also a couple days back, but then my allergies are acting up. Like, dude, like, God was trying to smite me. Or maybe it was SMEARGLE trying to smite me. SMEARGLE might be sneaking something into, like, my drinks. I don't know. But it's okay. I'm here. I'll probably stream Mario and Luigi tomorrow. Because I want to finish that before the Splatfest happens. Preferably, because I'd like to stream the final Splatfest. Because, dude, it's the final Splatfest. And, like, how many more times afterwards am I gonna stream Splatoon 3? Really? Like, it's almost, like, that game is almost, like, done. It's almost over. Yeah. That's gonna be it for tonight's stream. I wanna thank y'all for coming. Hope you all have a good night and take care. I'll see you tomorrow, probably, with Mario and Luigi. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.